talking bad when you cash it. Wrong words, have me turn this bitch to Baghdad. Play the aim game, show me where you stash at. Chicks and nigga force chain, telling me to snatch back.
It's In the Spotlight with your girl Lisa, the Baltimore Paparazzi. Sitting here waiting on TAG to make their grand entrance. So I just been sitting here listening to some music. I just turned my YouTube live on one. Like I said, waiting for the guys to get here. So fashionably late. I can't wait to hear what they got new. I know they just dropped an album. They've been dropping music. They've been doing videos. They've really been grinding. So I'm gonna sit here. Hopefully they'll be showing up in the next few minutes. Y'all won't be watching a blank live. So thank you all for tuning in who are tuning in. I really appreciate it. Those who tune in on the app, www.hardbody410.com. You can get the app for your phone, download it, and listen to Hardbody Radio 24/7. You can watch live on Hardbody Radio. I really don't want to turn the live on just yet, because it's just me, and I don't like being on camera. So I'm just gonna wait for the guys to get here, and then I'll turn the Hardbody Live, Facebook Live on, YouTube Live, Baltimore Paparazzi channel. You can also go on Baltimore Paparazzi channel and watch past interviews, conversations. Been on for a year. So this is G Hood. And like I said, we'll just wait for the guys to get here. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. Thank you all for tuning in.
She feeling me, but she say different. But in the game and I play different. She used to dealing with fake niggas, but I done showed her I'm way different. I stay different, I came different. Cause the best issues that stay with me. You say yes all the time, but now it's like you stay with me. But just like that, we had off, like I'm left out. She was just gone, yeah, she ain't wanna feel what I had gone. I was tripping at first, I was mask on, but now I'm feeling like a nigga back on. Still feel the same, but I got a mask on. Can't feel, but I'm feeling with a mask on. Can't move like a nigga got a cast on. But still in doubt, and I'm still in doubt that I ever give a fuck, but hear me out. It's like everything you see me, keep it real about this. Some feelings and I feel it cause I'm healing kinda. But still I can chill, but I'm feeling that heat. But I really gotta think what I'm feeling to see. Every nigga that's blind, they really could see. Look good by yourself, but better with me. I'm feeling this going on. I realize that everything is long. I just kept asking, what if it goes wrong? I've been so stuck on what to do with this. But no one to mess up and ruin this. Which one's on? I almost felt like her, she been so. All the close friends been told me, but we been homies. I've been trying to leave it like that. I left it back on it. It was what you would have my back on it. Never tell a lie, keep it facts on it. You're the only one that come real, real, and you know I'm grateful for that. You're the one I'm supposed to build my home with. Deep inside, I think I've always known it. I spent so much time running from the truth, but it was always you. I realized that everything is something, everything needs a clean, every action needs a steam, every no escape and what I need. I just need you, baby. Ain't no running no more, no running at all. I just need you, baby. To myself, but I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. I be thinking to myself, but I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. Thinking to myself, I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. I be thinking to myself, but I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. Here it is going to hurt me. Everything needs a scream, every action needs a scene, every no escape and what I need. I just need you, baby. Ain't no burning no more, no burning at all. I just need you, baby. I ain't never ever to leave. Everything I need.
Whole different environment. Somebody touch poet. You got M&M's.
Oh yeah, I got that shit. M&M's. You know, I always got some kind of snack. Can you shut that door right there?
Yeah, she got them candy with that last time too.
Mm-hmm. I try. You know I'm fat. You know I'm fat. You still ain't sent me no music.
Oh, let me forward this email to you.
Right there. I got old stuff.
Forward the one that I sent last week.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. What the hell, nigga? So, nigga.
You got it downloaded?
Yeah, but it's cool.
Always late, but
I can do it just, yeah. I just been playing music. I just turned my live on, right here, live. And I just turned that on. And that one, that's Hard Body, but this one's YouTube. This one y'all can share and be like, see? You know. Cause see, like, the Facebook Live is, for me, is cool in that moment. But I like, you know, people can't watch your Facebook Live, like, they be at work and shit. Then they can't find it. What? In the Spotlight 127? Oh, here 2203. St. Paul. Why? Who's lost? Huh? Poet?
Why you say I'm gonna get y'all there? And then still pull up.
You could probably pull over across the street behind the bus stop. I think I don't know if you can ever maybe not. I don't know. This place, let's go there. St. Paul 22nd, you just parking places. Steve. Baltimore Paparazzi.
How that Steve look?
I like this new setup, man.
Go put a damn shirt on. Go put a damn shirt on. I don't care.
The last time I said you was back there building the movie. Right. I mean, I appreciate I like this setup. Alright. I'm inviting people to her joint right now.
He's trying to do too many things right now. He multitasking. Multitasking. I was like, I knew your eyes were gonna be fashionably late. Okay, I already knew that. Yes. Right. It's your girl Lisa. We're in the spotlight. Baltimore Paparazzi. I got TAGMG.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes. They were just here on one of the other shows. I didn't know. Actually, I had somebody else back out the last month. Actually, they needed to change dates because of family issues. The guild was actually supposed to be here.
Shout out to EXO.
So I hit Dro up. I was like, you guys want to do the show? Because for one, right. But you know what? You guys just dropped some music. You just dropped an album.
So right on time.
So that was like, not only because I knew I like you guys, I love you guys.
Love you too.
But I knew that you had dropped this project. So I knew that you had a lot of stuff to talk about. And before you got here, I had turned my live on and I was saying that you guys would, be here shortly, I'm sure. But that this past year, I watched you guys do so much. Like, it was like you all kind of like were doing your own little thing. I didn't see too much TAGMG. And then all of a sudden it was like boom, song, boom, video, boom, song, boom, video. Just one.
Boom, video.
As long as I get my credit. That's all. As long as I get my credit. But it was just like back to back, just like, and it wasn't oversaturating.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I was nervous about that. I like that.
Because like I've seen where I've seen somebody drop a video on Friday and then next Friday you drop another video and I'm like, ho, how many views did you get on the first video? Like 10?
You gotta work your move.
So you all like it's not really, it's a collective. You're all not a group, but you're a collective.
Thank you.
You get us.
Yes, of course I do.
I like that.
So Dro's trying to send me some music, y'all, because I asked him earlier to send me some music. But I knew he multitasking. He just busy.
Bro.
Man, I'm just the guy.
He's the guy who doesn't get into arguments on his Facebook page, but always gets blocked.
Always gets blocked.
He doesn't say nothing at all, but he's the one that gets blocked.
The whole other people arguing on his comments.
Right.
I can follow my own posts.
Right.
For that reason.
They don't want to keep that negativity in their life, so they just delete the whole
email in the spotlight 127, and it's at Gmail. But yeah, so I had like old music, like when the last time you were on.
Yeah.
So I still had some of that on there. If he didn't by chance. I knew he'd have it on deck. I knew he would have it.
Oh yeah. We got smartphones. We has no excuse.
No.
Well, I know people got some smartphones and they dumb as hell.
Just say that on the way up there.
My children's father has a smartphone and he don't know how to use it at all. My daughter was like, "Why don't you just stick with a flip phone, Daddy?" I don't understand why you stick with a flip phone.
Because you can the hang up game was probably back then.
You can toss it across the room.
You gotta work out that joint.
I like the chirp when I was mad and I be chirp.
Oh man, I hate these chirps.
Chirp is too hot.
Yeah.
You be chilling, man. It's like not the right time. Somebody go, yo.
Oh, they don't
Come right through.
That's why I always had to take my speaker off and turn it down, like vibrate, all that stuff.
I kind of do miss the church though.
I do.
I do too. I wish they bring them back.
Direct connection.
Yeah. I really do.
Shout out to Nextel.
Look, I still got my Nextel. My grandkids play with my Nextel. It's the 8-something. It's the gray one.
Shout out to Boost Mobile.
The gray one.
Black.
The gray one with the buttons on the front to play your music.
Oh yeah. Oh alright.
Yo. It's still got text messages on there. It's still got phone. It's still got pictures on there. It still charges everything. It don't hold a charge, but it still charges. Yeah. My grandbabies play with it all the time. Yeah, my daughter's like, I was like, don't let them play with their phone. She's like, Ma, it doesn't work anymore. I said, still, I can have
it. Church one day.
I might. It might make a comeback. I may make a comeback. So, I seen where you guys just dropped an album.
Don't worry now.
Don't worry now.
The flood.
Right. So, what?
No pun intended.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
You know what? I think y'all are to blame for the hurricanes. That's what it is.
Yo, shout out to Hurricane Irma. No, but it just happened that way. Like we named it the flood before we even knew the hurricane was coming. Right. We couldn't change it at the, so
it kind of worked in your favor.
We definitely, the album is definitely a Category 5.
I believe it. I've seen some people post about it. I seen EXO actually. He was posting.
Shout out to EXO.
He always he posted something about it. I seen where somebody that you didn't even know.
Yeah. That just happened today.
Yeah, I be on shit sometimes. I don't say nothing. I just like something and keep it moving.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
But I seen where somebody, and you were like, I don't even know her. You know, and that right there, that means
that's a genuine fan.
Yeah, that means a lot more when somebody that you don't know like tells you your music is good. I've been telling y'all for years. Just saying. So, on this album, is it? Because I know that you what have you dropped since the last time you guys were here? I know you've done some videos.
All right, so
write it down, bro.
The last time we was here, we actually was promoting our official album, Wiring Comes Later.
Right.
And we was promoting, we had Super Solid, Coming Through, Ice Cream Man was the 3 singles we was promoting off that album. And as the summer, the summer got a little hot, some more records was in the vault. Category 5 just to go.
Right.
We just started. It really started off with us just dropping a record because we was chilling for a minute. We was working on some other things. It was like I just put something out. So we put out the song All Madden, and we followed up with the song Been Ready, and we followed up with the song 100 Rillos. And then Street was like, hold up, before we put 100 Rillos out, I'm gonna make a whole new beat, make an interlude for it, and it was dope. So and then after that, it was like, let's just go to 10 and just make it an album. And then we had more songs in the vault, so we like, oh, we can throw some bonus tracks on that, so people could really, appreciate what they get.
Yeah, because it's available on
TAGMG4life.com.
Right. I was gonna say some other you want that traffic on their website, so I'm not even gonna be mad because I finally finished my damn website. I had to remake because I finally got my domain name. I finally got the Baltimore Paparazzi domain like months ago. I finally went ahead and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Because I've had my Lisa 127 for years. That was a birthday present from a friend of mine. He bought my domain name and he paid for it for 3 years. And then after that, I was responsible for it. So I've had that for years. So I was like, well, I might as well. And I had it linked to my Baltimore Paparazzi page that I made on Wix.
Shout out to Wix.
And I love that website. That website was like, my website is awesome. Like, I got so much stuff going on there. So then when I got my Baltimore Paparazzi name, I was trying to link that name up to, and it was like, you have to pay for it. I was like, oh, you know what? Screw you, Wix. No.
We pay Wix very well. We understand. We definitely get some.
Yeah, I don't have the money like that right now. I don't have the money.
This is
so through my hosting, through who I have my hosting through for my name, I went ahead and I built another site. So it actually goes to Wix for my price list.
Yeah,
so I just like click on the price list, and it goes to my Wix. So it all works out.
I like to hear hustle.
But I'm pretty sure you probably guys have enough music for like a few more EPs, albums.
Oh man. Shout out to Drag. Drag album dropping in September
22nd. This Friday coming out. Make sure you get Drag Billions. That album's incredible.
He was one of the people that I knew his name before I knew him, and I didn't know him as a musician, or as an artist. I knew him as somebody who commented on Al Shipley's government names.
Yeah.
And every time that he would comment, I'd be like, who the hell is this guy? He's so fucking smart. Like, yes. And then when I met him, I was like, and he was up there, and I was like, that's Pendragon? What?
You knew him for a while. You know, Pendragon.
Right. Now he's just Dragon.
Yeah.
Shouts to Dragon.
But I mean, I was going back and saw my pictures, and of course, there you guys are, Sonar.
Which night at Sonar? Which night? Because there was
yes.
Wild nights in Sonar. Shout out to Sonar.
Yes. Billy Live, and shout out to him because through Billy Live, I've gotten to know a lot of people. You know, like I got pictures. Like I was really just going back, and I was just like, wow.
Hey, shout out to Billy because he was one of my favorite promoters because he would have. I mean, granted, you still probably had to sell tickets doing one of his shows, but he had 100 motherfuckers coming out just for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that way you can make new fans.
Exactly. I think that's real. That's a real promoter. Like,
right.
You shouldn't have to rely on the artists. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people know of us because of Billy.
Well, tonight he's actually on because he's got a tour where he's doing. Yeah. So tonight he's actually in Delaware. He's in Wilmington, Delaware tonight. He is like I can't keep up.
I respect him, man. Like,
you know, even when he does stop, like every now and again he'll disappear because like he'll be going through something, so he'll kind of disappear. But it really doesn't stop. Wisdom Court just keeps moving.
Right.
And you know, I thank him for coming to me and asking me to be a part of that. And you know, I still do. You know, I still go out to shows and stuff. I haven't really been going out to too many shows lately. I'm just too tired right now. I'm just like.
Speaking of shows, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I can say. Like, me and Scar have a conversation. I know we both just dropped albums around the same time.
Shout out to Scar.
I'll leave that alone.
Shout out to everybody.
We had a really good conversation.
Okay, we didn't have a who was it that dropped albums at the same time, and it was on purpose and it was
Scar. That was a real moment.
Just talk about that.
I'll never forget that. That was promo at his finest show. He had.
I really thought they was beefing.
Yeah.
But see what y'all didn't realize is how they could beef when they was roommates.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right. They were roommates at the time. Yeah, they were roommates. That's why I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because everybody really thought they was beefing, and I'm sitting there going, "These idiots!" But it was the
smart.
best. Yes.
So smart.
It's smart.
But
Shout out to Scar.
I hope this thing doesn't start playing because sometimes this thing. That's what it is. Yep, there goes. With this computer, when you download music, it downloads it and then it starts to try and play it. So I have to try and catch it. Hi, love. How you doing? There's a chair there. There's some M&Ms right there.
You will be the first one.
See, I thought about you guys.
Last time you came through with the Skittles.
Right. And Starburst, both.
Starburst and Skittles.
Yep. Okay, hold up. We don't need to play that just yet.
Community M&Ms.
Right. You know I got to have some kind of treat for y'all. We in a new building. I know you guys been here and all.
You outside.
I was talking to Zay. I thought y'all was talking about Fulton. Album plug right there. What's the word? How you feeling?
All right.
You good?
Yep, you good.
Sagging it in these streets.
Huh?
Sagging it in these streets.
Oh yeah.
$5.99 songs, straight tables.
So Eminem. So you were saying that you and Scar both dropped albums at the same time. Did you see where he just handed his to Nas?
Oh, absolutely.
That was monumental.
So that's why, of course, we're gonna do stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's always in position.
Well, you go ahead and you go ahead and tell your Scar story, and then I'll tell you how he almost got me thrown out of Summer Jam.
I don't want to say what's going on yet.
Oh, okay.
We had a conversation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll see now.
Now you can tell your story about getting kicked out of Summer Jam. Go on.
Well, I was asked by 92Q to cover Summer Jam. that was a big deal for me. Might not have been a big deal for nobody else, but it was a big deal for me. So I'm there, and there's hardly anybody there yet, of course. So and then you look up, and there's Kelson and Lil Black, and there's some other people up there. All of a sudden, I feel somebody put their hand on my shoulder. Well, me being my natural self, I jumped, turned around, look, it's Star. I already seen him outside. We had already hugged, talked, and everything else. He took my camera, took my picture, all that stuff, because that's what he does. Right. So I'm standing there, and I looked, and I was like, well, he was like, I'm trying to get their attention. He was talking about Kelson or Little Black or somebody. I was like, all right. So as I'm turning around to try to get their attention, this old man that was standing there, security guard, was like, you can't stand here. You can't stand here. Scar was like, okay, just chill. Just wait a minute, you know, because he wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there on the other side of the gate. So he was like, and I'm trying to take care of two things at once. Yeah. So Scar was like, why do they always think that I'm up to something, that I'm going to hurt somebody? And then he smiled with that Joker grin. I said, that's why right there. So he walked away, and the security guard was like, well, you know, I can have him kicked out of here. And I was like, okay, calm down. Like, he was just trying to get their attention because he knows them.
Shout out to Top Flight. Hey, exactly.
Shout out to Scar, but I noticed that he always take your camera and take pictures of you, because you don't ever get into no pictures.
You know, and it's not that I don't get into pictures. When I want to get into pictures, nobody seems to remember that I want to get into, like there's certain people that I do want to get into pictures with. There's certain artists that I want my picture taken with. But when I turn around and go, can you take the picture? There's nobody there.
Hell no.
For one, I roll by myself.
One person that don't know how to take a picture, and you be blurry, you look at it later, you be like, man.
That's why I take the picture, I take the camera, and I set it all up, and I look, and I put it on manual focus. That way they don't mess it all up, and say, here, just push this button right here. That's all you got to do. So it's no cutting off my head. It's nothing like that. You see, I got a picture with David Banner. Yeah, I made sure I got a picture with David Banner. I was in New Orleans, and Raheem Devon. He walked in too, and
yeah. You say he's such a genuine, sweet person.
Huh?
You say he's such a genuine.
He really was, because he kept looking at me, because I was standing there, and I wasn't I'm not. If David Banner could see what was going on inside, it was a whole frenzy mess, because this is David Banner. I've loved David Banner since Cadillacs on 22. Sheesh. You know, I've loved David Banner when he stood up for what he believed in and said, I'm not going to sell myself out no more. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then with the whole, because I actually had somebody ask me about, because I love the God box. I have the God box on my phone, and I had to buy, you know, a copy of the God box while I was there. Yeah. So he could sign it, which he did. And, you know, so I could meet him. And somebody asked me, said, well, what do you think about the God box? I was like, I think it's genius. Well, what do you think about him, the way he talks about white people? I said, I'm not them white people, though. That's the difference. How he's talking about people is not me. Like, I'm just as infuriated about things as he is. I know, they acting goofy as I don't know what. They realize they all on camera, right?
You gotta get the post right. They know what's up.
So, you know, I do like my picture taken every now and again. If I want my picture taken, I just don't like people coming to me. They say, get the picture. No, I don't want to get the picture. You know, so, but Scar always takes my camera every time I see him. He's like, give me the camera. I'm like, come on, Scar. Then he wants to try to be like, take it this way and this way.
Trying to get the angles right.
Right. I'm like, no.
That's a man of craft, you know?
But he is one of my, it's like every year, and, you know, for his birthday, he drops an album, you know, he does the whole album release show, and, you know, so I'm sure I'm going to be, I'm sure I'm going to be at the next one too.
You are.
I know. I'm sure.
Shout out to Scott.
Right.
TAGMG4life.com.
All right.
So, yeah. So you dropped the flood. Like I said, I've seen some responses as far as the feedback on it. Have you all gotten like feedback from? I mean, I already know. I don't even have to listen to it to know that it's good, but I already know that it's good because I know all the is all the production done by this man? Really?
No.
Okay.
This is where it gets tricky.
Nah, so of course, you know, I do some beats, but a lot of
He does some beats? Is that what you just said? He does some beats?
Because we all produce.
Everyone makes beats in TAGMG.
Everyone.
No one
See,
knows that.
and that's another thing. That's why I call you all a collective.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty well contained. You know what I mean? Like producing graphics, you know,
recording,
everything. You know what I mean?
All
Right.
that shit you can do in your life. If you're living, we probably covered that shit.
Right.
Only thing one of the few things we probably don't do anymore, only because it grew so fast, was the merchandise.
Right.
Like, honestly, truth be told, Joe and his team was making like the early mock-ups of the TAGMG merch and shirts and stuff like that. But everything grew so fast once we started jumping out there with the first round of joints of songs, we couldn't keep up with it.
Right.
So we had to
outsource
it. So that's probably one of the few things that we outsource. And I'll tell you a funny story about our distributor. There's a reason why it's not on iTunes or Google and all that. No.
They need to know because I get hounded for this.
Our distributor, I'm not going to say that, but we received an email saying they can't release any more of our songs.
Why?
One of the reasons, possible reasons, was because of flooding. We outworked our distributor. They couldn't keep up with us, so they dropped everything they wanted to do, except for the music we already have out now. So we have to go to a new distributor now, which we need before the weekend's over.
Of course.
And that will be out. Yeah, that will be out soon for everyone else to buy right now. I mean, right now, I need the people to go to TAGMGforlife.com.
It's only
because the streaming and everything, people don't know anything about streams. They pay the artist the least amount, I'm talking like a fraction of a penny. I have to do like billions of views to be rich off my music.
I've heard that. And I actually read that on an article because I have nothing to do with music. I don't write music. I don't make music. I don't do none of that stuff. But when it comes to anything to deal with business, I will look it up. And I will read up on it. And I read the same thing where it says that the streams, they pay the least amount.
Oh, yeah. The least. So while, yes, it's nice for everyone to have easy access to our music and we want everybody to hear it, that's always the mission. But as far as like this, us growing a business, it's best if the people, if you really rock with us, go to our website. It's copied for $5.99. That helps us more directly as opposed to just spreading the thing thin. Because we can grow this company even more with y'all support and everything. Because y'all support so much right now. We appreciate it. So all we keep asking for our supporters and people that really rock with us, keep spreading the word. Let people know.
It's more personal.
Yeah, even if you heard the album, tell somebody else. Let them hear the album too, and then tell them where
that's the
best way. Word of mouth is carrying us so far. People think like, how are they doing that? It's word of mouth. As long as we keep coming with a good product and the computer.
It's because I'm trying to change the damn date. It said it was on Friday, and I was like, hold up. I know it's not Friday. It's Saturday.
Word of mouth is the best promotion ever.
Right.
That is definitely
and I always encourage the people that rock with me. I'm like, all right, put your peoples on. Like, why you ain't riding around playing my CD? You know what I'm saying? We got songs on iTunes and stuff, so if that's what you're listening to, you don't got CDs in your car, just type in TAGMG. Why you putting your people?
But on the side note, luckily we do pretty well with streams too.
We definitely do pretty well.
However,
the pennies
it's just trying to grow.
Right. I mean,
smaller scale, independent.
And I seen that it's only what, $5.99.
Yep,
$5.99.
So really, when you break it down, you only really paying for the bonus songs because we drop the song every Friday for 10 weeks.
Right.
Retail every week, a single like a real retail chart.
The 10th week, the only way you can get the 10th song is if you put the whole album in plus the 3 bonus songs.
Right.
And then you really only paying for the bonus songs. You know, it's fair.
I think it's like when I seen it was only $5.99. I was like, oh, I ain't got $5.99 right now because I don't get paid until the 3rd of the month. So you know, I will be getting that, and it'll be on my phone just like everything else.
What kind of phone? Oh, all right.
Right there, Samsung. Yeah. I got an Android.
Team Android. Shout out to Android.
But this thing's trying to restart and everything else. See, the computer always does this to me.
Especially when we show up.
Well, at least now the plug is over here, and so Jace won't be unplugging it when he brought, you unplugged it like twice.
It was him first.
It was him, yeah, but okay, right, okay, yeah, right. I wish you could have seen his face just then. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute." He was like, "Oh." He was like, "Wait a minute."
I did it at the end.
Right. Right. He was like, "Yeah."
That was a bad setup, though.
Yeah, it was.
The way it was.
It was.
Maybe when we were standing.
No, it was because I would knock it out too because
You tried to throw me on the bus. Really.
I did the new MTA buses and everything. Somebody else tried to come in. But yeah, so I think it is. I mean, it's a decent price. It's an easy price. It's $5.99. I mean, shit.
I want to see somebody complain about the price. Like,
I just was.
They just gonna not buy it.
$5.99. Man, go ahead. Bullshit, man. Come on, Jay. $5.99. Come on, Jay. You know I can get what they know. People
See,
say that.
no, Jace will go with Jace. Somebody will complain about it. Jace will say something, and Dro will get blocked.
They won't be on this post. They won't find this page.
And they block him, yeah.
It's on my page, but he still get blocked.
Yo, it's because, it's the funniest thing because Dro just be posting shit to be hilarious, and I'll just be liking that shit. And then here comes somebody be like, well, I really don't think that was really funny.
Somebody else be under there like, bitch.
And I'll just be sitting there, I'll just be scrolling, and I'll be reading, and I'll be just like, yo.
You going in?
Yeah, and then Dro is nowhere on the post. Nowhere.
Dro is at TAGMG for like.com. So when that goes on, that's what he is.
Thank you.
Don't worry now.
Thank you.
Don't worry now.
You know what upsets me though? When I tell all my friends, I'm like, yo, got an album coming up, and they're like, how much? And I tell them the price. I can't get it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like people.
Come on.
If you're my friend, you want to see me succeed. You want to buy.
But you know what? You get the most love from people who don't know.
Right. And that's true.
Shout out to Amber Lynn. I don't know if from a can of paint, but she followed me today out of nowhere. And right after that, she was like, I need this song on my playlist ASAP. And I told her where to go to get it.
Right.
Whole lot. Then she went back and she found Super Solid. She said, it's fire. Like, she was on my post for like a good 20 minutes just commenting. Yeah, shout out to Amber Lynn.
Hey, shout out to Rudy Gay too.
Oh yeah, Rudy Gay. Shout out to Rudy Gay. He just showed Jay some love. Jay shouted him out on a whole lot of songs.
He showed love to us.
Social Jason.
You know what he sound like.
Right, it don't sound like that. But
no man goes passing no name with him. It don't even sound like him.
he said quick too.
For real, it don't have rings or something.
Yeah, man.
I can only imagine what it's like when you guys get together and to brainstorm, to record. Y'all just probably
it's family, man. So
right.
We not making music. It's just always a good time when we hang around each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's natural, you know.
I swear on everything. You just like,
yeah, I'm just. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you?
One is neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? West side, Baltimore. You know what I mean? We
Master P.O.E.
You know, I'm just agreeing with my brothers. Like, we've been together for a long time, so any of us could just shut up the whole interview and be like, yeah, yo, I feel you.
Yeah, like that one right there. Right
there. He's doing something. He's like, all right, you know, I got
Zay be chill, man.
Right. The last time y'all was here, he just been, you gonna say something? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I talk.
Yeah.
I rap too, so.
Right.
He's on the
He
album.
produced too.
And he draw.
And he's a designer.
He's an artist. A real artist.
So, I know you all, I know a couple of y'all seen where I had screenshotted where I got an email, I got a message from YouTube. I got one for Big Steve, and then turn around, I got one for you guys. Which, you know what, I was happy to see. Because that meant y'all got your copyrights together. You know what I mean?
How you gonna get your bag? You gotta get the bag. They gonna try to take the bag. They gonna keep trying to take it if you don't got your copy, right?
Right. So when I got that, I screenshot. I was happy as shit, and I just posted it up. I was like, and it was no words that need to be said. Now Steve was like, "What do I got to do?" I was like, "Nothing. It's just letting me know that the song is copyrighted."
Yeah, this is right.
Because Chris Marcel has sent me. He did a remix to that damn song by Cardi B.
Yeah.
And he did a remix to it, and that shit was just awesome. And I got a copyright thing on that too. Chris Marcel.
Oh yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, he dope.
So I got a copyright thing, you know, about that too, because that song is copywritten. But I don't play, like, I only play local artists on my show. So when I seen, you know, Steve was the first one that popped up. And then you guys popped up. I was like, yo, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. They're not going to shut me down. It's just let me know that I couldn't make any money off of that video.
Monetize that.
Right. Yeah. That was it. And I was like,
really wanted the song. You know the plug. You just
right.
It's already in your email.
Right. So, you know, so I was really like, that may sound crazy to some people. To, you know, you got a copyright notice? Yeah, I got a copyright notice. Well, I'm happy about that, because that means you guys are where you need to be, how you need to be.
Business level, yeah.
Right. Because there's too many people in this scene that they just don't know anything about this business whatsoever. Yeah. To this day, this is 2017, and you can ask somebody, you know, ASCAP BMI, well, what's that? Oh, Jesus, Lord.
The fact that that's still a problem, saying a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Even when you hear people talking about it, sometimes it doesn't spark the idea for a person to say, oh shit, maybe I should go get registered.
Right.
So when I play it like that, because if you don't have it, and if I ask you that question, excuse me.
Do you think?
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
You'll ask at the BMI. Your answer to me is,
turn that fan up if you want to.
hell yeah. Oh.
just turn it down.
But no, if I ask you, you know, because I get to run into a lot of other artists that want to work with me. But if I ask you, like, what's up with your ASCAP and BMI, who you with? You say, well, I'm going to look into that. Conversation done.
Right.
I already jumped out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so
right.
just stay in your A game. Like, for real, there's so much money to be made. And a lot of people get it messed up where they search for the instant gratification and everything. You get confused, and just because you rap or just because you're an artist, if they see you in a certain light, oh, you made it. You made it. People think we're on for some odd reason. No, we're on for ourselves.
Always working.
We signed ourselves. I'm signed to me. Zay signed to Zay. All for the family TAGMG. That's what we do. Yeah. However, what we're doing, I'm going to put it out there. What we're doing, every single person that I run across can do. Literally. You got your website. How hard was that to do?
It was getting on my fucking nerves, but it's really not that hard.
Right.
I got a couple of them that I've done myself.
No.
When did you die?
I'm still here.
Yes. It's that easy.
Put that switch. That light switch.
It's that easy to put yourself in
Yeah.
Put yourself in position.
Let that be like.
To do that. So, and that's why we work so hard on the music that people hear and just making sure it's right, it's presented right. We care so much about how y'all receive this music.
Right.
So when we want to have our records for sale, we want to make sure the work we put in comes back.
Right.
Like every other artist that I talk to should, but they don't really think that. So I want to tell them. It's so easy to look up at the distributor, talk to them, find out what's going on, pay the fees, spend that couple of dollars. Instead of buying like 2 packs of Rellos, buy 2 packs of what's the new Javas. Buy a pack of the Javas and put the $10 up so you can put a song up on TuneCore so you can actually have it sing, man. Why is that so hard? I want everybody to shine. So hopefully when you hear me, get up and do that. It's that easy. You can set up the same way we set up. It's not what you think over there.
Stop dropping mixtapes on SoundCloud.
Yeah, with some regular guys just dumping our hard-earned money into something we believe in.
Now, what I have noticed, I don't know, maybe it's just, like, I notice stuff and I don't know if it's really what's going on, but I ask everybody, okay, because you guys have been in the scene just as long, if not longer than me. I see a turn, a difference in, okay, these little young, the little young guys,
they booming right now.
Yeah, but do you realize that where you guys were, like, as far as like, okay, they've been in the scene for like maybe a year. When you guys were in the scene for like a year, you were doing show. they're doing YouTube videos.
Technology's different now.
You know what I mean? So I see that difference, and I don't see them performing. And then when I do see a lot of these young kids performing, they holding a microphone, but they're not. And they really don't have to because they're doing over their lyrics. So I notice because I really cannot stand somebody over the lyrics. I'd rather if that's what you're going to do, then hand me your CD and I'll just go sing in my car.
That's only good when they got crappy sound.
I'm not against. I used to be so against it, but right now that I'm older, I'm not against when I see dudes rapping over the track and performing over their songs. Because you've been to these venues, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what the sound is. We performed at a show where we took the lyrics out so you can hear us and all that good stuff. Fucking mics won't know.
Everybody lost their voice.
We out there training because we can't tell from outside.
Because the monitors aren't. Because there's no monitors right here. It's not like performing at Soundstage or Auto Bar where you got the monitors right there, where you got actual sound men. Because where's everybody?
Sound men Go ahead, shorty. Leave your lyrics in your video so they get the sound right.
The DJ is not the sound guy. That's what they got.
Right.
The DJ is not the sound guy.
Right.
That's a whole different thing.
Y'all walk it off.
Shout out to Jay's TAGMG team coming. Charlie Rose from sitting there.
You better eat some potassium in your life. Right.
He hoop every day.
Look, we both bananas. I don't know what else gonna give it to me, but we gotta get some bananas.
That's a go-to.
Yes, they go to it.
All his life.
But if you also notice too, there's not like people. I don't see hardly any shows, and if there are shows, we're back to the holes in the walls, kind of. I mean, I'm not going to discredit any place, any business, but it's basically back to the holes in the walls where there's, no stage, no sound system. The DJ got to bring speakers, and we're right back to that again.
But you know what? Neighborhood speaks. I know I was quiet. I'm sorry. But, you know what? I'm just thinking about everything you're saying right now. Just looking at Baltimore, like how the city's growing, you starting to find young professionals who they're starting to reflect certain things on the television that's getting them going long enough to go in these directions. Because if you look back in the day, the young architects and different things were like 13, 16 and stuff, and they went into their trade right away. Right now, they done serenaded the kids with so much whack shit, but it's entertaining, because the whack shit is hitting under the good shit, that they don't have no drive. They catching it later. It's systematically placed there for after college. After that shit, they keep going. It's going to be like almost 30. So it's just like, now you got kids out here that's like, I don't need this. All these people made it without this.
Right.
I'm going to build this building. I'm going to start running this business. And through that, they start to grow and go into other professions. And people like us, we get to express ourselves. The platforms, they grow. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort.
Right.
So like, if we looking at it, we got to look at the whole dynamic of the city. Where it's at right now, it's just who's going to take that step. Right. Everybody's in position. And Baltimore is all about how you move. If you know right or wrong place, it's all about how you move. So whoever got them relationships, get it going. You got to be genuine. We might start the platform. You never know.
Right.
We talk about different things. We got a lot of shit going on. The neighborhood. I put that
Neighborhood.
But, TAGMG for life.com.
Hey.
Skillet.
Hey.
Where you been?
Yo, Dro did a beat on that album too. You was talking about producing.
Hey, we ain't get into that. You know what I'm saying? King Dro. Got a production credit on that.
Shout out to my young boy Chucky, my young protege Chucky. He got some actually, I co-produced one of his beats. So shout out to him. He got some credits on there. I mean, the next few projects after our Big U album, the working comes later because we talk about it, but it's still not out yet. It's still not out. So you had something. It's done. You had something to look forward to later.
Right.
We just felt like
We about to start on the next TAGMG album. Fuck it.
Yeah. It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time for us to drop that album yet. A lot of people are such in a rush. As soon as they record something, gotta come out.
Yeah,
it's gotta come out.
See, and that's what I was saying about just constantly putting music out there, and like I've gotten to the point now, like I made a post a few days ago where I was really cleaning out my friends list, and I took about almost 200 people off of my friends list. It was close to 200 people.
You was purging.
I I had to. I had like over 1,800 friends on my Facebook page. That many people do not interact with me. And then, then I get tagged and stuff. And I'm like, y'all tagging me in this stuff, and y'all don't even like my stuff. Like, and then I've got people on there who, like, I'm cool with y'all because I seen you at the shows a few times or whatever, took some pictures of you. But why are you on my page? You should be over on my Baltimore Paparazzi page.
They want to watch. They want to see it. This is what we learned. People just want to watch us.
That's cool.
The music is cool. Everything is cool. But they want to see stuff. They want to see shit. I promise you this. The time we was up in New York for some business that we don't talk about, that we wiped it away. But we took a trip to New York and everyone saw. So
I'll be paying attention. I told you.
Yeah. You can do those things and everybody's so quick to you know what, when those videos came out, I swear I got so many views on these videos from people that's been following me forever that has never liked the picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
they want to see what you're doing.
They want to see the work. That's why I don't mind showing it. I don't mind showing everything. I used to be so proud.
Well, see, and that's like me. Like,
it's work.
I get on my page and I say whatever the hell I want to say. Some days I'm in a good mood. Some days I'm in a bad mood. Some days I'm in a depressed mood.
Right.
I've had people say, "Oh, Lisa, you shouldn't be telling people." So I should be on my own page being fake and trying to be happy. No, I'm going to be Lisa. You're going to be Lisa.
And redirect them to your business or anything. So if you want to do that, and you keep those little lurkers, bring them in and get them off your personal page.
And that's like I said, like I'm like, what the hell was that? But I be paying, like I said, I've been paying attention. Dro's page always pops up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, and to be like, he'll be like, okay, the incident that happened a few weeks ago. Which,
oh God.
Whew,
What was that?
He like,
right, that's why I just looked at it.
Life.com.
Ice Cream Man video.
Ice Cream Man video is definitely going
And all I did was I was like, okay, scroll.
Ice Cream Man video definitely doing numbers.
I got that in my email in January 2000 and whatever.
Ice Cream Man video went like 1,000 views that day.
I bet it did.
I was promoting the shit out of it.
Yes, you were. and that was like, like I said, he took something that was negative, and I told you on that post.
People said I was doing too much.
No.
That was light.
Anybody that know, hey, what's up? But
shout out to 3D.
Me knowing Dro, and I knew that took a lot for him to do that. Dro is not the kind of person that he doesn't want altercations. He doesn't want all that. He doesn't want all that nonsense. He just likes to be laid back. So when you lucky I can't reach some M&Ms because I throw some M&Ms. I don't even know what the hell you just said.
It was towards me.
I don't care because he's being funny.
She can't reach
That's all right. I got the rest of them in my bag.
Oh, you got more.
But I knew that took a lot for him to do that. But I was proud of you for doing that because I'm not going to let nobody sit up on social media and tarnish my name and my brand.
That's slander is a no-no.
You know what I mean? So, and I knew, and I was on the phone with your sister at the time, because I talked to her like every single day. So,
you really your plug, yo.
So we were on the phone. I'm on the phone, and she was like, I'm getting ready to say something. She was like, and the rest of the guys haven't seen this yet. Because as soon as you did, Jace was like, everybody was on it, and I was like, oh, it was like, what's going on? Like, what? But I knew that is not something that as a company, as a business, as artists, that you wanna do is to show yourself in a negative way.
Right.
But at the same time, you gotta protect your brand. And she was slandering you and saying outlandish bullshit ass shit, basically. Yeah. And
Ice Cream Man video, TAGMG for life.com.
I had this song like 2016.
I still got a picture of the ice cream truck if anybody want to buy it for like $5.
Oh God!
Right now, I will forward you the email right now. So
So, what is like? What do you like? I know y'all just dropping and promoting this album that you just had.
Oh, you forgot about the video, man.
Oh, okay.
A lot of gang shit.
You forgot about our video.
Okay.
Shout out to Mark Nash
on that same
and
shit.
shout out to Drag.
Shout out to
Shout out
everybody.
to a couple people that's
Shout
not
out
present
to
with us.
Ace.
Hey, what up, bro?
Big
Baghdad,
Baghdad, Westside.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Christian
How-
Tyler.
Yo, Christian Tyler
Oh,
has a song
my
with Lazy Bone coming out.
Oh my gosh,
She dropping 2 singles in one day. So one of them features me, some island record, and the other one is a record featuring Lazy Bone because we always.
How many? Do y'all even know how many members y'all really have? I mean,
Maybe 50. Maybe.
might be
It ain't working, I tell you that much.
It started on Fulton Avenue. It was birth on Fulton, but everybody
It's TAG.
not from Fulton. Not everybody's from the West Side.
Right.
Everybody's from. It's a bunch of dudes, different people from different sides of town that somehow met up and became best friends. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They had somebody at the pop put 50 niggas on the stomach, I think.
We was there.
It's like 6 degrees of separation type. But it's TAGMG members. It's not even artists though.
Right.
It's a lot of
That's
them.
a lot of.
Shout out to Big Calves. I ain't even go down the list.
Because-
All black business
Shout out to
owners.
Alex.
All of them.
A-Rose.
because like I said, I was talking with Ro's sister, and she was like going through the history. Like I don't know how we got on top, but she was just like talking about the history of like how you guys all got together. She was like, "Damn, they need to do a documentary on this for real."
Oh man, we gotta sit down with a nice writer.
Right, because because like everybody has a story, you know, everybody has a story, and people don't understand. Like they just see this, and they don't understand how long it took y'all to get to where you are. They don't know the ups, downs, trials, and tribulations. They don't realize none of that.
I used to be mad. They're like, we got a show. I couldn't even make it.
I always promote for people to work. I always promote like keep working, keep putting in that work is what you put in, you gonna get back. Like I'm serious. Like people slack, they'll work for a little bit. Like I said, once you get back to the expectancy of instant gratification.
Right.
That's a 6-year-old thing.
I'd rather make $5 a day than trying to quit on something thinking I'm gonna make $100,000 the next day.
Right.
That's where people get messed up at. I'd rather take this little $5, $10 a day, $20 a day, and all that and build it up to something major in the long run. I'm here for the long run. It's my baby. It's my company.
Well, I mean, like I said, I met you guys because of Billy Live. You.
I was tall. That's all you know. I was tall.
No, I'm trying to think if you were at the very first show that I went to, which was in Virginia.
Yes, I was there.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was cooking in Virginia.
Yeah.
Hey, that's live.
What part were you at?
I was.
We were in. It was at Breakers. And yeah, it was a nice, and it was the first time that I'd been to a show, and I didn't really know anybody except for Singleton.
Oh yeah.
I rode with Singleton and Tim Curry, and I get there, and I'm just kind of like me. I'm the type of person. I stand back here and I watch everybody and everything. And so as soon as I walked into that little like green room or whatever, that little room where everybody was sitting at, and everybody just kind of turned around and looked at me, and I was like, oh shit.
I've seen you a million times prior to that.
But you know,
just was acting brand new because you just met me for the first time. I
no, because
you
me.
took in every type of face that I can make as far as the pictures go throughout the years. Any face I've ever made in my life, you took a picture of.
That's why when people say, Lisa, why you take that picture of me? I look crazy because that's how you looked. I mean, I didn't do anything.
I remember when she caught the picture of me looking up my shirt. That was the moment. And then she said, "No, I got it right."
I got 100 lazy pictures on there. Oh, thank you so much for taking the pictures. I was gonna say,
awesome.
thank you for real. Like you really been at every show. You don't rap. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you.
She might got bars though.
No.
Album coming soon. She gonna sign a TAGMG for 1 album. You know what I'm saying? Skip it. But thank you for real. Like even invite us back to a station when you got there and somebody falls out, you think of us. But thank you so much.
Well, like I said, like you guys were the first person. Like I'm looking, because you know I always get a list of people that you know. I made a post and all these people. Oh yeah. And then when I say okay, well can you? Oh no, or they don't answer me back at all. So I put them on a list, and then when I started booking for this month and next month, I hit them up. And if you like, my days go fast. I tell I'm booked all the way up until the last day of October, my last Saturday of October. You know, I still got to get somebody for that day. I was holding off on that day because I got people from Pennsylvania coming down, but they're coming down in November now. So, you know, so it's just not the spotlight on Baltimore artists. It's the spotlight on Baltimore artists. It's on people who own businesses. My booking manager was on here before she was my booking manager.
We're not Baltimore artists either. We're just artists from Baltimore.
There you go.
Hey. Shout out the streets guy.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, and that's like, just because I gravitate more towards the artist, because that's,
support the dope shit.
you know, that's,
Support,
and pretty
that's
much,
all we ask. You support the dope shit. That's real life
and
dope shit.
like, I haven't had anybody on here that's been, you know, made me like,
You know everybody's dope.
I try.
You love us.
I try.
Don't change it.
You know, and it's like, that's why I said, like, I haven't been to many shows. I went to, Wisdom Court now has this Tuesday night networking event. And I think it's brilliant. I really do. I think that everybody needs to network, because you never know. People should come, like, if they come to and be like, that's Street Scott. Like, he produces, you know, listen to some of his beats. You know, that's the Baltimore Paparazzi. She's going to take pictures. You know, book her for your events. You know, I do sell my pictures. If you want to buy your pictures, you can buy the pictures with no watermark, no logo, nothing. Like, there's so many people out here that you can network with. I used to love when I would do my showcase and seeing other artists shaking the hands of artists who come off stage, be like, yo, that was dope, that was awesome, that was da-da-da-da-da. You know, I love that camaraderie. And it was nothing fake about it. It was just all pure and genuine. I hate the fakeness of this city. I hate the fakeness of this music scene.
You know what? Don't be worried about TAGMG like that.
Oh, I already know.
Because here's the thing, we stay within our own world. TAGMG, we our own thing. So even when whatever's going on outside of what they're doing, we can't let that be what drives us to do anything. Everything comes from our own ideas, our own imagination. No one can dictate nothing we do. Any idea these wonderful brothers come up with, we're like, all right, how can we do it? Because we rather have, anybody should have that kind of support system where it's not, my man got an idea, we all behind it. Let's go.
Right. It's not like it's a hobby, it's more like a way of life. Like nobody sets out for it, just kind of happens. You know what I mean? While a lot of young kids chasing, we just kind of fell into it type of thing. You know what I mean? Right. And it just went from there.
See, and like you were talking about the instant gratification, you must not want them M&Ms. You're talking about the instant gratification, and I've had this discussion with others too, that everybody wants, it's a microwave generation. Everybody wants everything right now. They don't want to wait for it. They want to do, and I'm just like, and I cannot tell you how many times I've had to, like, I try not to cuss people out. I mean, I know y'all see me cuss people out. That's the Poplar Grove coming out. That's the Poplar Grove coming out. Them 7 years on the Grove was just. I just found out that the corner that I lived on was indicted. So okay.
My 7 years on the Grove.
My breaking point was when I had the butcher knife in front of the cop and I was trying to stab the boy. So
TAGMGforlife.com. Don't worry now.
But.
I want Lisa to get indicted.
No, I don't get in. No, my record's clean. I ain't got nothing on my record. I got paid this $185 fine for the speeding ticket in Virginia.
Hey, slow down in Virginia. Chill in Virginia and DC.
I was trying to get to New Orleans and Houston as fast as I could.
I was getting speeding tickets in DC and Virginia every week.
They don't play.
Hey, I paid all of it. The company paid for it.
He good now. He good now.
They ain't gonna look at me like, yo, what kind of tickets he got?
But it's like I said, everybody wants to be in this like I said, this instant gratification. I cannot tell you how many times that I've had to almost cuss people out, because one, I take pictures on Saturday night, Sunday they in my inbox talking about, are you posting pictures yet?
Yo, I just took like 5,000 pictures. What the hell? They still coming from the camera right now.
I'm like, I take a deep breath and I
You take
move
a lot
aside.
of pictures.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm actually what I've done is I went back through my Facebook page, and I have on my Facebook page and on my B.O.M.B Paparazzi page, and I have wrote down how many pictures in each album, and I'm currently calculating all of them up, just to let people know how many pictures I've taken. And my Facebook page, the pictures go back to only 2009. I came in the scene in 2008. So that first year, I know for a fact that first year I did 60 shows from here to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Between Brooklyn, New York, and here.
Right.
I know because I remember that. I calculated that. But I've gone through and it's ridiculous at the numbers. Like, and I've seen the change from where this folder had 100 and some, and this folder had 100 and some, and this folder had, a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was 200, 200, 200, 46. So that 200, 200, 246 was one event. So I've taken so many pictures, and these people, like, yeah. So when I sit here, when I sit there, is it gonna work? Yeah, we make it work. We make it work. So when I take pictures on Saturday night, when I get home, that camera sits over there in the corner. I go to bed. I wake up the next day. I'm not thinking about that camera because I'm still probably sore from standing up all night. Because why? Because I stand up from the time the show starts.
I leave your ass every time.
Yup.
The whole show.
Yup.
Hella work.
I'll be like, oh, Street's here. 5 minutes later, they be like, I'm out. Like,
Fashion.
I'm
That's
like,
a real thing.
That's a real
That's a real thing.
That's a real
They don't even know that.
and that was at my show. That was at my show that
No.
Jace was performing at.
The street,
It's a
that's
real
my
thing.
show. I was like, go home.
So I'm not like, and what I got to the point to doing now is when the pictures are done and ready, they'll be on my Baltimore Paparazzi page. So if you like the page, you'll see them. Thank
gotta
you.
Get a camera that can upload to the Facebook right away.
No, because I put my watermark on there and I put my logo on
You gotta
there.
do that. You gotta put it real big, dumb, stupid in the
If you
middle.
want, you can do it like this. If you want to keep the watermark off of it, I'll photobomb every picture you take. They got pictures like, I'm gonna do that. Doing some crazy shit. We can get this money. You don't like the logo, but it's a whole dude. It's free too. So you want to see
And he's charged.
And I go through, and my thing is I go through because just like you all are going to go through this song that you're making and you're going to make sure that it's perfect. I go through the pictures and I go, no, blurry. No, eyes cross-eyed, I don't post every single picture that I take.
So you actually taking way more than people think you take.
Right. And then I got to put them through I got to take them off the chip. I got to save them into my folders on my external hard drive. Then I have to put them in my program that goes through and I edit them. And then I put them through the other program, which watermarks them. So I'm doing all this stuff. Then I got to make sure that my damn external hard drive doesn't come unplugged because it's got a short in this, that, and third. Then the grandkids running around, jumping on the bed, so, at certain events, I've taken up to like 1,500 pictures. I go through all those pictures. Sometimes I get to the point and be like, fuck it, I don't care. And I just put them up out because my thing is most of the time people don't really go through all them pictures anyway. And then I started to do I don't know if you noticed. I think it was at the Summer Jam. I don't know.
I don't know anything about Summer Jam.
No, Wisdom Court Summer Jam at Autobar. I took the artists and I put them in their own folders. That way the artists could find themselves. Because I got tired of people saying, tag me in them. No, I'm not sitting here tagging you in all these damn pictures. You know
Sometimes
that up.
I used to go through and tag a bunch of people, the people that I know. Like,
Yep.
I know this person tag.
Yep, and I'd be like, thank you. Thank you for tagging.
Social Joe, he has the time to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is I really didn't have time. I was working 2 jobs.
Sometimes you be like, oh.
Social Joe means.
Sometimes you just be like, Facebook sucks me in sometimes. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes it'll suck you in.
It definitely will.
It's like a black hole.
Your phone will suck you in. Even if you ain't got no social media on it, your phone will suck you in.
So, you know.
I spent an hour playing Words with Friends with like 10 different chicks that I don't even know.
Ooh.
Smashing them. Who want to beat me?
Hey, he bragging right
Who want to challenge me in Words?
We just said 10 people, we said 10 chicks.
10 chicks. You know, because, I don't know. I guess. I ain't even sitting there playing with them dudes.
How you know?
Playing Words with Friends. Bro, that's bad.
Hey, how you compliment? Hey, you spelled real good.
Yo, I like that word.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I ain't think of that one. I ain't think of that one.
I didn't know that was a word.
Right. I didn't. What you do? Look it up in a dictionary?
Wow.
Some of them be cheating though. So I'll do them chicks though. They be cheating though.
But you still beat them, right?
Words like EO. Like, that ain't even a word. Like, how you get 38 points for that?
You got some words and I ain't even heard
Like, what the hell is that?
You gotta throw some Baltimore slang in there on them.
Hey, TAGMG.
Black guy. Don't worry, man. $5.99.
The flood.
Sheesh.
Oh, guess what, y'all? We saw a new video today. We just got back on when we shot 2 videos. We work like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tia gang. But we just saw the second one for our song 40. It's one for my son's in that video. It's a wonderful. But shout out to Rico Hopes and his son. His son
energy
too.
Which one? Because he got 2 sons. The little
Cam.
Killing him.
Yeah.
I don't even know the move.
My man was
Killing him. Yo, his reverse one we said what? Hey,
We had a lot of fun.
You want to see the fun. Like,
shout out to Street Scott because he actually directed that. Shout out to Bo Griggs, he shot it. That's how he shot all that videos.
Yeah. I was like, I know that name.
Nail Vision Films.
Yeah.
And like I said, Street Scott definitely put in some work directing that. He's all energetic. We had to keep up with him.
I don't know how you did that.
You would have thought he was a personal trainer. If you see this video,
I love it.
Definitely got some cardio in. It was definitely fun though. Have fun with your music. It ain't that serious.
Why you so tough?
Yeah, why you so tough?
You tough. I'm tough.
Shit, calm down, relax.
I can't be that tough and be into women the way I am. You just can't be that tough. Yo.
Hey, yo, how you got a chick record and you got a dance?
And you kill like 12 niggas, they ain't gonna go date.
Relax, man.
She looking like, where is he?
Like,
Who got work? She's like, I shot 13. What you doing?
Hey, I like the chill dudes that's with the shit, but they chill. You know what I'm saying? John Wicks want to smoke something, be hippies. I like the hippies. You know, the peaceful people, the people that just want to innovate and do great things. If y'all want that,
I think what's wrong with the it might sound crazy, but I think what's wrong with hip hop or rap nowadays. Enough niggas' cars don't get pulled. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you couldn't rap. There's certain shit you couldn't rap about.
Right.
Without somebody pulling your card.
Right.
Somebody know you from or somebody know you personally.
But you know, I think that all kind of changed when. Well, for me, it all changed when Rick Ross, when he got when his true identity was brought to light. When they was like, oh, you know, you just see
People like,
yeah, and they were like, oh well, it doesn't matter, you know. And I'm like,
he got jobs, you know? He had a job.
Yeah.
So what? He had a job. He lied about it. He had cool, but all he had to say was, I had a job. What you gonna do?
you know, and I think, and that goes like for me, it's the whole like when I hear certain artists in Baltimore that I know, and I hear their music, and I know that it's real. I know that when this guy says he's talking about the street life, I know that he has lived that, or he still is living that and trying to stay under the radar. But and it's just that whole, like you said, these people are like, I can't get into the new music. I can't. It's just not me. I can't relate to it, and I think that's one thing.
I'm trying. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to.
I mean,
I give everybody a try.
I understand that, and that's like, who was it? Savage just shared that dude's video that everybody's been talking about.
Who?
What the hell ever his name is? I don't know.
Is it that
the XXX?
Oh, how about say somebody keeps sending me something to say share Corey's video?
That's 10 social.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't like his music.
That song.
That song.
That look at me.
Ooh, that's a jam.
Yeah, I like that.
No, the song cool though. But on his album, he has a whole different other songs.
But like that first, the beginning of the video, that first, whatever. But when he did the whole artistic, to me it was art. I don't give a fuck what nobody else says, but that video was art to me.
Yeah.
And you know, we a lot of people had a discussion about it. But like I can't get I don't listen to Migos. I don't.
Migos rock.
That's cool.
I just
That's
got
cool.
into it a lot. Within the last 6 months, I really.
No, it took me long enough to get into Kevin Gates because my kids was like, "My Kevin Gates."
I still ain't getting into Kevin Gates.
Yo, Kevin. Oh God, I can't wait for him to come home. His wife is releasing next week. Is releasing a mixtape.
I couldn't say I haven't heard nothing that I didn't like from him. I just haven't sat down and really listened to it.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and I guess for me, it's always been about storytelling. I like storytellers.
I do too.
I
like storytelling.
Stop rhyming
and
words.
having fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Stop rhyming. Just like a lot of this music that I hear, like my son listens to, and I'll be like, "The hell is this?" And he'll be like, "Oh, that's so and so." I'll be like, "What the fuck is they saying?"
You know what though? Like, I feel like the reasoning behind that is when you get an artist that tells a story, like artists focus on so much crap when they write, they literally put a time span on their record depending on what they say. And you can tell by what they say, just like in conversation. Right, you can tell what they want to be a part of. But like when you tell a story, you inevitably like connect to a bigger thing than yourself.
Right.
Because so many people are going to relate to the fact that your story fucking connects like a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people are just going to be like, it's going to be bigger than you think. Your head might not be there, and you're the one that did it. It might go, you know. But
Right. It's like I've said it time and time again that I like ratchet music. I do.
for sure.
My favorite song is "Bitch Better Have My Money" by AMG, and it's the most degrading song to a woman in the whole world. But I love it. It's a great song. I really can't tell you why. I think just the whole everything about the song. Because for me, what I look at for music is, like I said, I like lyrics. I like to hear words. I like to hear a story, the beat, of course, and how the artist flows. That is important to me because it's important. It's important to me.
One thing.
You know, like, because if you're rapping on the beat and like, I'm like, you're off beat. Now one of my favorite artists, like, he does rap off beat, but he always comes back on beat. It's just his signature.
Who's that?
B.O.M.B.
Oh, shout out to B.O.M.B.
Shout out to B.O.M.B., y'all.
B.O.M.B is like, B.O.M is the reason.
He be hustling too. He be getting money off his music too. I already know.
He was just in like fucking Detroit.
Exactly. I've always been moving.
But I used to tell people, I tell people all the time that if you don't like me being in this music scene or you don't like me, then go talk to B.O.M because he's the reason why I'm fucking here. Go complain to that man.
I just added him back on my Facebook because you know I got a new page because Facebook don't like me for it. But I think he commented on, like, we commented on the mutual friend thing, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta add B.O.M. You know, I think I almost had to delete somebody, but yeah, shout out to B.O.M.
Yeah, so he's like, if you've ever listened to any songs, he'll go off beat, but he ends back up on beats. I don't know how he like.
It's like some Big Sean type.
You know, but I've listened to artists where they're like completely off beat for like the whole fucking verse, and I'm just like,
that's the engineer fault too.
Yeah.
Soft.
Right.
But that also goes back. That also goes back to, you know, I've talked to people where you guys have your own studio, y'all right.
Everybody can work.
So you don't have to worry about that. Going to a studio and paying your money, and the shit sounds horrible because he don't fucking care. Because guess what? He getting money.
I would have been quick.
Right. You know. So I've had that. Like, I've had so many conversations with so many people, so many artists, producers, engineers. So when I talk about something, I'm not just talking out my ass because I've had these conversations and I know exactly. Like, I've sat in studios and watched. I may not know how to record somebody, but I damn sure know what the fuck's going on that screen. Like, I've been in Street Legal Studios sitting behind Mark Carey. I've been in Shaka Pitt Studios watching him, you know, do what he does. I've been in, who else's? I can't even tell you. There's been so many of them. I pay attention, and I have so much admiration for all you guys that do what you do, because I can't do it. You know, I can't do it. I don't know how to record. I don't write rhymes. I can't write 16 bars. I can't spit 16 bars unless somebody else put me on like a song I already know. That's different. I'm telling you, if I know all the words to it, that's different.
What TAGMG song you be rapping to? What song? What's your favorite song?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
That's it.
Oh, I don't.
You heard the new album?
I haven't gotten. I told you I ain't got the money yet. I get $92 a week from my workman's comp.
I feel you.
When I get that big check, yeah, okay.
But look, also to add on to, we're gonna get back to you about your favorite song. TAGMGforlife.com. We also got the Don't Worry Now T-shirts for $12.95 on there.
Okay, merchandise.
You know what I'm saying? We got merch, different colors, variation colors and sizes. Well, yeah, what's your favorite song on the? Now I'm interviewing you. Back to street question. What's your favorite song?
I don't even know.
TAGMG song that you would listen to today?
I don't know. Because I really like the Super Solid, because I have Super Solid up here.
Oh,
I still
wow.
got it. I like that one. And it's like, because your music, like every song is different.
So what?
You know what I mean?
What's your favorite out of the videos? What's your favorite?
The one that y'all did at the basketball court.
Coming through.
Yes.
That's the very first one.
Yes.
Everybody like that.
Yeah.
Even little yo with the little voice and
Big, oh,
yeah, because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that voice to come out of him.
You gotta check him out more though.
Side note, just to show you how TAGMG is connected in certain ways. Big Bad Daddy and OG Noski are Dro's actual little cousin. Same way Jason's my actual blood brother. BigAd Daddy is Dro's actual blood cousin. So some of us are actually family. So
right.
He has a brother that rolls within this infrastructure as well. So it's a lot of family too. So
right.
A bunch of different families together.
And Master Close my son.
Powerful shit.
He had to say master. Let's say that. Trap Baby Jesus, my twin brother.
Oh gosh, that was cute. That was cute. Look, they tried it.
We just got women fans, Kevin. We just got women fans.
Shout out to our females.
But that video, that was like, it was just something. It was just so fun. You know what I mean?
Wait till you see 40.
You know what I mean? Like it was just.
If you like coming through, you will love 40.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talking about fun.
Since we're here with you, we'll let you say. You gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
talk about it too.
You gotta talk about
Make
it.
everybody wait for your one comment.
Word
Tell them the
about
time you won't put it up and what you said about it. Make them all up. Y'all heard that, right?
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and play these 2 songs that you sent.
Let's go.
What you said?
What you got?
What you got?
Whatever I sent last week.
What you sent?
Whole lotta and 40.
40.
The 2 singles.
Whole lot. The 2 singles, yeah. So yeah, we'll be right back.
I like them.
Yeah, so I told the
So I said.
I told you. Y'all like me still alive. I'm about to be wild.
I don't call these interviews anymore. Just conversations.
All my niggas with me on the same shit. M.O.E. that never change. In too deep that never change. Whole lot of gang shit. And she gon' ride with me like a feminist. And you can miss a nigga with that Scotty been the man. Scotty had a plan. Scotty ran it up. Scotty got the band down. Shorty back it up. Let me put that shit on cap. You can't do it for the culture. And he's do it for his grandma. These niggas are some vultures. And I just don't understand. Shit is cheesecake. I'm like Diddy. Feeling like I make a man. I play with pots and packs. I'm always about to cash. Now I'm making hits. And your shit had a trash. Whacking up the middle. And now I work for myself. Not sure. Never question what I was playing because I was.
This is what I'm talking about. This is so different than Super Solid. So different than Coming Through.
She like we on a whole lot of gang shit. All my niggas with me on the same shit. M.O.E. that never change. M.O.E. that never change. I'm really chillin', getting money. Y'all just bunch of goofy shit is funny, yeah. Worry about it now, it's know we coming, yeah. Watch yourself, what's the coke, what's the man right here? Of course I'm squad riding with me, got my man right here. Hella cars and we ride, you can stand right there. No colors when we mobbing, we just come for the check. And you can say that fake love, nigga, run and respect. They call him King Joe, yeah, he one of the best. And I don't rap no set, just that TAGMG. And yeah, I rap it, it's still a whole lot of gang shit. All my niggas with me on the same shit. Yeah, oh, either never change. You can miss a nigga with that lame shit. And if you chase a junkie, you the same shit. Swear I've been too deep on G.O.B. You see me, your chances from the home. Whole lot of gang shit.
I was saying I couldn't do that over here.
M.O. that never change, bitch. Get too deep and never change shit. Whole lot of gang shit. And she gon' ride with me like a famous. And you can miss a nigga.
Now I'll probably end up getting copyright.
Oh, please, need to.
Look at the shoulder there.
Southern game. I'm looking heavy, you be acting hella childish. I don't need a stylist, I might be a pilot. When you talk about the type of stuff I'm proud. I'm an anchor, ask for all the times I never asked you. Now I'm getting rich, don't feel like such a challenge.
Got me low. Next show, I'm definitely bringing that out.
And the girl was like, yo, I got one request. Can y'all perform whole out?
Oh, we're coming up, rock. We're coming up.
That's rock. Yeah, I got that first.
I already know how we gonna do it. So they coming out to that joint drop.
Definitely.
That's 40.
Oh, this video right here. Oh my God.
And we need somebody to make a dance move with it.
You just so ridiculous. I need my niggas rich.
Who ordered fried chicken?
Oh, about to say.
Who fried chicken?
Went next door. You went next door.
I couldn't look at my wrist.
You just so ridiculous. I need my niggas rich. I might need a brick. Back it up, back it up. TAG to dick. 40 down. Stacking. Put a mirror drop open the mind. You see I get to him, but people don't ride. He said, I'm God. How the fuck you gon' lie? Flash your money in different ways. Go Gotti back to the basics. When he see nigga the chicken faces, made a couple down in the bacon. Paper chasing on top of hatred. Time changing, the fuck niggas make it. Damn sure you ain't good for it. Some young boys that account for it. No real, I know fast for it. We making that all for it. Import, can't ask for it. Transport on the way to court. Always tell myself that I eat more. Bringing up on the same shore.
34 like sliding doors.
I took a down the list. Try 40 on the bitch. 40 soldiers with it. You just so ridiculous. I need my niggas rich. I might need a brick. Back it up my head. TAG to me. 40 down. 40 down. I cut the down my wrist. Try 40 on the bitch. 40 soldiers with it. You just so ridiculous. I need my niggas rich. I might need a brick. Back it up my head. TAG to me.
So who threw the baby? Who threw the baby? too.
Oh, now I followed that post so long ago. I don't even know. I gotta go back to it and promote my music. That's all it's for.
I was like, people was like, really acting. I was like, I skimmed through that. Because after a while, I get like, it makes my brain hurt, I think. Because like, I think it was him, but I think it was just like the one with the horse and the lady. They coming and going. I was like,
She's definitely coming towards the camera.
I was like,
all that is
just to promote the music.
my every move is a calculated step.
As it should be.
I need my niggas rich. I might need a brick.
Gotta learn how to use social media for the right way. I could look at my wrist. Bad. I need a brick. TAGMG.
Feeling like it's Ramon. I'm on the edge.
Those don't matter at the same time.
But I'm a dumb runner for drunk. Ain't nothing for free, so all you niggas gotta pay up. See you on the way up. Push your way to hustle hard to the day up. No, we never lacking, no, we
Dr. Dre.
Wait up. They really think they fuck my squad. We put the shit, sound like this, pass it off.
I'ma pause.
Response is too heartless. Hate is too godless. We God ain't too heartless.
I could look at my wrist. Got 40 on the dish. 40 soldiers with me. You just saw my dick. I need my niggas rich. I might need a brick. Back it in my head.
I always say the bad part. You don't say that in the second. I always say that the whole thing. And I be knowing I'm wrong. That's what I'm saying.
You just saw my dick. I need my niggas rich.
Bad.
I might need a brick. Back it in my head.
Hey. TAGMG4life.com.
TAGMG4life.com.
It's a hard body takeover. 2 weeks in a row.
TAGMG takeover.
I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Both of them.
Who else showing hard body we can take over?
There's a few of them.
Tell them holla at us. We want all the spots.
I know what it was. You know what I really like when I see you guys like right here and performing. Y'all know all the words to the whole song, not just your part.
Oh yeah.
I've actually seen
some of my favorite
people,
songs are the ones that I'm not on.
I've actually seen artists like be on stage with like somebody else and they don't know the other person's verse.
We used to be like that.
You know,
everybody was doing so much music. You like, yo, let's do a new song, and they like, I don't know that song.
Nigga be up there lost.
But you know that just to me, because I'm not only taking pictures of I'm paying attention to everybody and everything on the stage. That's why I don't like seeing 20 people on stage behind the people who are performing, because I'm usually watching a drunk asshole over here who doesn't know the words and is two-stepping and doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm waiting for him to fall off the stage, or I'm waiting for him to do something. Yeah, right. So like I pay attention to everything. So when I see people on stage groups, or if it's somebody who's got somebody featured on their song or whatever, then I'm like, how do you not know that other person's verse? To me, that means you laid your verse and you didn't give a fuck about the rest of the song.
It's about the song as a whole. We go ahead and trying to get the best out of that one song. That's always the mission. It's not, we don't talk shit to each other when we write verses. Like, on the ball show, shit. But it's really, at the end of the day, we'll go back and change verses. Just because the idea is to get the best song possible.
Right.
We can't. We actually do.
I've actually, because I'm like Big Steve is.
Body more Big Steve.
He's taking me with him to Houston and New Orleans twice while he's
driving.
Yeah, he's in California right now. He's doing.
He just said he ate some weed cheese.
Yeah, some weed Cheez-Its or something, and he be eating
sandwich right now.
He said he had weed pizza.
Yeah, they got weed pizza out there, everything. But and that's like I watch. He's not here.
I'm glad Craig ain't here.
I'm calling Craig right now. Shout out to Craig, go get him. Shout out to Craig. RoyalRats.com.
Royal Rats,
fashion division. And if you're not fly, if you want your fly shit, you say you be dressing and wearing all that fly shit. Buy United RoyalRats.com. If you need some help, inspiration on your next outfit, if you want to go out here and look fly.
Follow Royal Rats on Instagram. Definitely check out the fashion on there. It's not just local fashion. It's like
we got
everything on there. We
fashion,
got so many different
fitness. Shout out to Big Caz and Fitness by Faith. He's out here. He has his workout program. We got TA Fitness, everything out.
He got a workout program where you don't even got to show up. He will text you the routine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Girl, yeah. It's up to you to be. That's why it's Fitness
right.
by Faith.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Caz.
Yeah, just look at everything up. TAGMG _squad at Instagram. You can see all these wonderful things that we're talking about right now. So it's a lot of great things coming. Zay has some wonderful things in the works. He has some graphic novels he's been working on. We do everything.
That's why I say you're a collective.
So yeah, that would be.
I was too down on.
You gotta ring the bell. Ring the bell. There you go.
I had to toot out horn. Oh my God! Oh.
But yeah, but like I said, but like this isn't a, like I stopped calling these interviews. I call them interviews because it's just easier when I book people.
We in the spotlight right now.
Right. It's just like I used to have the list and I used to read from the list, you know.
That's the way the artists don't really know, you know.
But then
I ask the same questions all the time, so I'm glad when we come in, it's not even that.
See, and I try to be different because I know you all get asked, like when you go to other, you know, people.
Who's you guys first start rapping? Who's the first one to start rapping?
Me.
We don't know.
I don't know. Like I started rapping and maybe he started rapping the same day. Who knows?
Started rapping somewhere else. And it's like when TAGMG started, it was like 3 members. Like literally something birthed around the way was me, Dro, and some other people. But it's just to see where we've grown from just from that. You've seen everything. So if it's a documentary that needs to be made, maybe we need to have a separate conversation about something that needs to be made.
I've just been there along the way.
You and Daryl Clark, if I want to be interviewed by anything for TAGMG, you and Daryl Clark, maybe drop a jewel. People that seen us from when my name was Street Heat.
Yeah,
you really know what's up.
That's all right. Don't make me play this song with Billy Live, my guy. I'm telling you, that's to this day, that's still one of my favorite songs.
That's my voice doesn't sound like.
Right, and you know, and like I said, that kind of shows the growth in both you and Billy. Mm-hmm. Like as far as not only like the voice, but as far as the music that you make. You know what I mean? So that's why, that's why I said, like, I've had certain people tell me, oh, Lisa, you're taking pictures of this Baltimore hip-hop scene. You've documented so many things. And at the time I was doing this, it wasn't I was documenting anything. I was taking pictures because that's what I like to do. And I just had a conversation with another photographer last Sunday. And he was like, so how long have you been shooting? And I was like, I've been shooting pictures all my life. But as far as like I said, what I do is the music scene I started in 2008 because I didn't know anybody, you know. So I'm taking pictures, and at the time I didn't know it. I'm documenting because a lot of these artists, they're not even artists anymore. They gave up, or these groups.
I don't like that. Yo, don't ever give up. Yo, that's why you'll never get to that goal because you never gave yourself a chance to get there.
And you know, like some of them,
people
like
let real life get in the way.
Some of the duos are no longer together. They're not even friends. Some of the groups are no longer together. So you know what I mean? Like,
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and that's a lot of times I post pictures, throwback pictures.
And they be in the picture together.
Yeah.
They don't fuck with each other no more.
Right. And I'm like, but don't nobody come at me about it. So, you know, I mean, life is life.
Knock this shit on this side.
Right. And that's like I said, like because not only, even though you and Jace are brothers, that doesn't mean that you all, you know, you all could go your separate ways, even though you are blood brothers.
Yeah.
But, you know. You're not pulling your weight, Jace.
No, because Jason trying to keep dropping on. He got all these hits. Jason sitting on the like.
His album.
I believe it.
Jason's Trap Baby Jesus album. He got some shit coming out.
We've been pushing it back for like 4 years.
You understand why they be coming out? Because of this guy, man. He keep pushing it back. I ain't gonna blame the street.
But it got better.
We working better on our rollout.
No.
It was about time. So Jason's working on the actual project like we did, how we did Don't Worry Now to get people more acquainted with us. We have to understand a lot of people.
That's why I dropped the video.
We work on that. So Jason has a project coming up to set it up for Trap Baby Jesus. I'd rather have the album done and then have a date and everything's ready as opposed to like, man, I'm done recording, throw a date and ain't nothing right to mix it.
Right.
But you still gotta put it out there because I seen a lot of y'all.
Yeah, and like I've seen artists, they put out like they say they're going to drop something, and then something happens, and they don't even like. I'm not saying that you need to tell your fans, look, the date's been pushed back, but they don't say anything. So then you're like
don't make release dates. That's the thing. Don't make a release date.
Maybe like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But it was just an initial idea. But here's the thing: things change in the program.
But do you know what? I remember him using that tag, the hashtag. You know what I mean? So it became familiar. So when you just said that, I remember that.
Brand building.
You know what I mean?
Brand.
So yeah.
Everything I post, I make sure I hashtag that. Programming people's minds.
Because
so they know. Yeah, that was done.
No, it's just we setting it up. So Jason, we all understand that we have to go out here and make sure this fan base grows because we don't eat it. We don't make this thing grow.
Right.
But you can't just. You delusional people that go out there street looking for my mixtape. Give me this mixtape right now. No, ain't nobody asking.
Ain't nobody looking for it. Nobody looking for it.
Not one single person looking for it.
But you know what you said something street earlier about building your fan base, building. One thing I have many pet peeves, but one of my pet peeves is when artists, rappers, whatever you want to call them, man, everybody know me.
No.
I don't know you.
You know, people like, hey, you heard my man something like,
no.
I mean, people we look up to, you know what I mean? Like,
Shout out to older people.
Yeah, like, they still don't feel like everybody knows them, so there's that.
Yeah,
right,
I just... West, but dudes over east might not even know who we are.
And that's always been my thing, like, this city, like, people don't realize. I remember when I knew just about every single person that rapped, because it was just... In the music scene, there was a lot of them, but I pretty much had a handle on, like, you know, I heard names, I see, you know, this, that, and the third. And then one day I woke up and there was like 20,000 new faces and new names. And well, this one boy, he goes, his name of his mixtape was Welfare Baby. Wow. And I seen
go download that.
That's probably hard too.
I seen him at an open mic that happened once a month that I used to go to, and you know, I gotta give it to him because he would be there every single month doing the same song.
So they learn we perform the same song.
That's what you should.
You know, so like I didn't know what his name was, but I knew the song when I heard it, and then like I knew that his CD was named Welfare Baby. And then next thing I knew, I seen him performing at a show for Block Hugger when he had Everything Loud. Right. So I was like,
Shout out to
Hugger.
You know, so, but there's some, I used to start going to shows that I would look at the flyer and I might know one person. I didn't know anybody else on that flyer. But I had to, as the Baltimore Paparazzi, I felt it was my duty, I guess, to go and find out who these people were. You know, I needed to go and go outside of my circle to find out who these new artists were.
That's how you get new fans, and you should encourage, like everybody else should keep encouraging people, like step outside of your comfort zone and stop listening to Beyonce every day and give another new singer that's here. Just to listen, even if you don't like it, at least you gave them that ear. But at least if you like it.
And that's what I said that about as a person, a part of media. That's what we needed to do. You not just go to, because like Billy's events media is always free. He asked me to get a list of media. I give him names. I hit up those people. Be like, look, it's a.
You need that list too.
You know, I need you. You know, this is free for media. I put your name on the list. Blah blah blah. Half of them don't even show up, and a lot of it's because they don't know anybody that's performing. It doesn't matter if you're part of media and you do this and you do radio shows and you do talk shows and you do interviews and you do that. Well, guess what? Go see. You might find somebody that you might like. You know what I mean?
They wait for people to blow up.
Shout out to some of the thugs on Suicide Squad. Shout out to them.
Suicide Squad.
Yo, because we met some guys out in Frederick. We were performing out there at the same time. There's these guys. It doesn't mean anything, but if you saw them, you were like suburb thugs. You're like, what does that mean with these guys' energy? And you see us perform before, right? You know what happened when we did this.
You're right.
All right, then. They on that same shit, you know. So every time we had the shows, it's all love, but we connected with them, and we passed on some of our fans to them, and they done the same, you know.
Right.
And that goes hand in hand to the point where you get the normal people around them, the artists, whatever, the normal people around them, the everyday people that get up and go to work, the consumer. We want them involved.
Right.
So go tell your regular ass homeboy who don't do shit. He's like listening to dope music. Put on something.
Right.
Put on something good. Point in the right direction.
When I was on Poplar Grove, when I lived on Poplar Grove, before I got in, right towards the beginning of when I came into the scene in like 2006, 2007, that's when I started, B.O.M.B introduced me to the scene. Because like I said, I always say this, I only knew it was on 92Q, like most people. I didn't know that there was a... That was, well, it was Mully Man, Travis. I don't call him Travis. Hooley, Paula Campbell, Tim Trees. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, you know, you didn't hear them all the time, but you know, I knew who they were, and I knew they were, you know, Baltimore artists. So when I seen what the Baltimore artists were, I was like, oh damn, these motherfuckers need to be on the radio. So at that time, I was a ringtone lady on Poplar Grove. And of course, everybody's coming to get Yo Gotti. They was coming to get Gucci Man. They was getting Boosie, Webby, you know, all that. And I would tell them all the time, you need to listen to the local artists. You need to listen to local artists. And I would play local music. I'd open my window up, have my music playing, and they'd be, you know, some of them would ask, who is that, and everything. But I felt like the local scene didn't have enough exposure. So what did I start doing? I started trying to give it exposure. I started trying to, that's how I became who I am, because I started to try to push this scene even more. You know, I was playing my part, and like sometimes I felt like others weren't playing theirs.
We don't worry about that either. We got to work for ourselves. And we
don't worry now.
If we relied on anybody else doing that for us, we would never get anywhere.
Roll on.
Don't worry
we
now.
Merchandise up. We got
Flood.
Yeah.
$5.99.
I actually was sitting there thinking, I think I seen somebody say something. I don't know if it was on your post when he said something. I think it might have been on Joe's post. And somebody asked how much it was or something. I don't know. I was just going back to
you
like.
You were so scared to go to a website. I don't know.
Oh God.
What? No, because these are the same people who put a question out there that they can go put in fucking Google. They're same people.
Yeah. Right. Oh, like Raisin Bran or Frosted Flakes. Go.
Right. That's why I made that post. I was like, yo, Facebook to turn into a daggone trivia site. Like, that's all they do, this or that, all day long.
All day. I be scrolling past and be like, I need to go unfollow these motherfuckers.
Those people that's really bored ain't got nothing to do. Those people need to go to TAGMG and people like that.
My business, my crash. Streets got page on me at Streets got business. That's it. We here to promote this company and do what we need to do.
I'm on there for the ladies.
Oh,
people mamas. Just want people mamas.
You know, I got different personalities, you know. Just carry on for the ladies.
Man. Shout out to Pharaoh Zay, man. This boy is a talented genius. Like, y'all need to hear him too. Embrace all of us, because we got some dope artists that we can actually change some.
Only that.
Exactly.
We care. He makes his own beats. That boy got his own sound. So even when you hear TAGMG's music, just know separately, it's a whole different story. There's a whole
right.
Which means Drag album's coming out September 22nd.
Yeah,
make sure you grab that Billions. Shout out to Drag. Grab that out.
Westside Drizzle, the warm up 2800.
Yes, sir. Get that Westside Drizzle. Bang Bad Dad. He just dropped one yesterday with OG No C. Dad is too.
And he just dropped that.
Yeah, you got a
He has a lot of music. Big Bag Dad. I'm telling you, he got his catalog. Shout out to Big Bag Dad, yo.
It's out there.
Shout out to Ace, Drag.
Shout out to Rico Hopes.
Mark Madge, Christian Tyler, L Monday. You also Mateo Yayo,
yeah.
Beat Up, 300, 1800. Truth is, my man home, he out here shining.
TAGMG is huge.
That's why I asked, because like people don't realize. That's why. Do you?
Happy birthday, Breezy. Breezy's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday.
Do y'all realize that when I have you on here and I just put the TAGMG like logo thing up there, because there's no sense in me, because I don't know who's coming. I don't like the last time. Last time it was like 7, 8 of y'all came through in that tiny ass little room. Yeah, so I was prepared for you this time.
Everybody else was I mean, we can get something set up.
Hey, look, but when you think of, when you and just for the future reference, when you book in TAG, not just you, I'm just saying anybody, when you book TAGMG, you don't look at a specific artist. We all just representatives.
Right. That's why. See, I already know.
Yeah, that's all it is. This is what you book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, don't just focus on one particular artist, or don't even worry about who's gonna come.
I never know.
We're representatives of the company.
Right. That's why I say I never know who's coming.
Yep. Exactly.
I never know. It's a
might be just
surprise.
2 of us show up. You know?
It's like ta-da.
I missed quite a few things. You just never
You got incoming call.
Incoming call. Shout out to whoever is calling right now.
Oh, that's on. Yeah, that's on the computer.
Shout out to them for calling on the computer.
That's 3D shit. I know that's hard body. That's hard body.
Shout out to 3D.
That's 3D.
Whole lot of gang shit. Man.
I love this new setup in here.
Yeah, he made me like, now we gotta open up the curtain and we gotta, so we can have people walk by.
Yeah, they want to know what's going on.
Right, get the on the air side. We got
Some things happening on here.
Who? He said what?
Shout out to Big Bro D again, you know what I'm saying?
Big D.
OG, you know what I'm
That's my
saying?
cousin in real life.
Real life, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Not fake life, real life.
Real
Shout out
life.
to Exo on the guild, man.
Exo, my cousin in real life. Y'all related to 95% of Baltimore City. I swear to God.
See,
Shout out to all the people in Vegas that's been showing us a lot of love.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Vegas been turning up for us lately. I don't know what's
Especially
going
on
on.
Street Live. Street Live is jumping.
Oh yeah, Vegas showing us a lot of love right now. Shout out to Chirac, shout out to who else? Canada. Shout out to Australia.
That's what's up.
Shout out to TAGMG affiliate, you know, J Star. She just dropped a song too.
Ooh,
that's how Cali lost it. She down, but she not down. She down.
No, she down.
She down. No, she down. You know, she be going. She down. She reps it. She reps. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to my man, since we talk about affiliates is down today. Shout out to my man Weedy in Chicago. He probably ain't listening. But he just dropped a dope project.
Shout out to Weedy.
Yeah, you just look Weedy up. Just look up Weedy. Weedy. Like you eat your Wheaties.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he dropped a dope little project.
Oh yeah, shout out to Swim Brock.
Shout out to Swim, man.
That's big management right there. That's my
man. That's the manager, man. That man makes a lot of moves happen.
That's like my mentor.
Love Swim, man. Love Swim, man.
So what's next? I mean, you guys
shout out
got
to
Shout out to Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? That's my homie.
You guys, so do you guys got any shows coming up?
October 14th. October 14th. Back in Frederick.
Cafe
Cafe 611. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need the address, it's 611 North Market Street, Frederick. Man.
Come early.
Come early. We go on at 11:30. I just got the time confirmed just now. That's what we're going to
We had before a whole lot of games.
Yeah, we did.
We doing that.
We doing a whole bunch of new songs, new energy. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for this.
Bring everybody you fuck with. Come out.
Come out. Yeah. We back in the scene, man. Back in the show.
There may be some type of release party or something like that. I'm just saying there's been some talks.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be.
You know what I really want? And then, I don't care what they said, but I really want just like a big celebration that all of us, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like 2 years now. 2 years we all almost 2 years. We just everybody just go out and celebrate. Throw something, you know what I'm saying? Just a celebration, you know? All of us. Shut up. Get it out. What we succeeded so far, you know what I'm saying? There was so much success is coming for us. I feel it, you know what I'm saying? We got so much to go, but I just want to celebrate what we've done so far. And
we done a lot. We had something.
Like a lot of people don't know what we done on out of the scene, but we done so much.
We worked really hard.
And that's why I said like just in the past year. You know what I mean? Like the past year I've seen you guys, like I said, it was like didn't hear much, you know, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 just back to back, you just working. And that to me, that shows me a lot. That shows me that this is something that, you know, like you said, it's not a hobby. It's just a way of life.
That's what I was about to say. Don't get it twisted, because you haven't seen us working. Before you seen us in that year working,
before we decided to show,
right?
Who's already working on their home? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a catalog in their home.
Right.
You know, but what we doing right now is just us came.
And that's why. That's why.
In January, right?
Who?
You, right? Like that was this year? No, it was Zay.
Well, he's like, I don't know.
Sometimes we can't even keep up with each other.
Right.
So we're like, damn, we all forgot something dropped.
But see, and that's why I say that you all really aren't a group, you're a collective, because you're individual artists. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got your music, you got your music, and then you all come together and you got TAGMG music. You know what I mean?
Boom.
Right.
We put faces to the brands. Like, you know, people say TAGMG. Like, we're saying the songs, but everybody don't know who the collective is.
That's why I said I don't never know how many of there is of y'all.
And when we started, you know, when we was working, not showing what we was working with, but we do like little videos here and there, and people be like interested, like, oh, damn, he with y'all?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people ain't know Drag was with us.
A lot of people ain't know Drag was with us. But it's crazy, because Drag was forever.
Drag was going hard for us early on, but we didn't even know all the ins and outs.
Shout out to Drag.
Do your own thing. Shout out to Drag, because he was carrying the flag for us.
He was very social.
The shows he was getting at Drag. Like, Drag been on a lot of foreground for what's going on. He's a solid part of Drag. He owns the company too. We just let him do what he does.
Right.
It's a lot of those for us. Same way we all do. We all work together.
When I had my showcases, my in the spotlight showcases, Drag was making my tickets for me. I designed them.
Joe, talk about the model of what happens. Like you dealt with somebody in Go ahead.
The ministry always talk about this, especially within the city.
Yeah.
Everybody, the bulk of these artists out here had to go through either me, street, or Drag.
Right.
Like, you went to street for production.
Right.
You Drag to get stuff printed.
Right.
You know, and then went through me for graphic design, you know. So,
even indirect, you might have had a flyer that you didn't know Drag made.
Right.
You didn't even know the whole time.
Right.
Drag print, and even a lot of stuff on a bigger scale. I just realized that Drag print for so many different companies, and like not just artists. So Drag like is
before we went to Houston and New Orleans this last time when we drove down, which we are never fucking doing again. Never, ever. If Steve says we driving, I was like, I'm getting the plane and I'll meet your ass down there. We had to stop off.
Y'all drove to Houston?
Yes.
I drove to San Antonio. Well, I took the Greyhound to San Antonio. It was 24 hours.
This was like 20 some hours because I don't even relive that shit. I don't want to relive that shit. Going or coming. Anyway, so we had to stop and get flyers because he was promoting, you know, his music, the music. They were promoting him and DZ's.
I designed that.
Yeah, I know. And Drag printed the shit.
I did. Zay produced beats. Didn't you do something on Exo's project? Zay got production credits that's quiet. I done mixed people's songs and wrote some things with people that no one ever talks about.
Right.
You had to deal with us at some point.
Right. And that's like
set it up that way too.
But that just goes to show. That just goes to show.
Yeah, but we don't put it in your face. We don't flex on people. We want to teach you how to flex with each other, and we flex with each other. People trying to flex on everybody. It ain't about that. It's about the moments, yo. It's about making moments and living your life.
It's like I just had somebody, you know, an artist coming here before y'all got here, before I even got on air, and he was talking about, you know, something. He was like talking about being humble, and I was like, that's the problem with a lot of people in this city. They don't know how to be humble. Right. As soon as they do something, they have to push it in everybody's face. Yeah. And then when shit falls apart, they wonder why. And they wonder why. You know, like I held on to the information. I knew for like 2 months that I was going to be doing Summer Jam for 92Q. I knew for about 2 months. And I just held on to it, and I held on to it, and I held on to it until I made the announcement on my radio show. And it was, you know, at that point I was going through some things, some personal shit with certain people who were supposed to be friends, and this was my way of saying, because it was said I need to watch my brand, and this is a way of saying I need to watch my brand. 92Q just had hired me. You know, they wanted me
catch
to.
This wave. Yeah, catch that wave. That's what you hit this wave.
So it was my way of saying, no, I don't. I'm watching my brand just fine. You know what I mean? You know, that's like I said, like the incident that you had to go through, Dro. You know, like I said, I know you didn't want to do that because you didn't want to go that route. But at the end of the day, you had to because that was your brand. Because somebody was threatening your brand, just like I had somebody threatening mine. But this was a person that had no effect on my brand. I had more effect on their brand than mine. So, you know, like I said, people just need to be humble. People are like, oh, Lisa, you the Baltimore Paparazzi. Yeah, I'm Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you know, everybody knows you. No, they don't.
This music thing is so wishy-washy. It comes and goes. Like, you could be hot one minute and then you can drop a record that nobody cares about. It comes and goes. So yes, you have to be humble. Right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? New York trips happen. I mean, label business happen that we don't talk about. It's not about that.
Right.
It's about, like I said, nigga, that had that one good moment, like a coming through video, and giving you that as opposed to saying, like, yeah, what we doing? Shoot videos, y'all niggas ain't working. I want to tell you to keep working.
Right.
We're gonna tell you to keep working. Hopefully you watch us and you're like, yo, they doing that, then we can do that. Right. TAGMG had some type of buzz like 4 times, but we lost it, got it back. Lost it, got it back. This go around is like, now we focus. It's about the business now, and we know how to present it. So always keep trying. Jesus.
Marketing and advertising.
Oh, I spend good money on marketing and advertising. You see that post of the word popping up frequently? Yeah, it costs money. It costs money. Honestly,
that's like Facebook gave me $10 credit.
Right. They gave me 30.
They gave me a $10 credit, and what I did is I used it to promote. I took $5 and used it to promote a little video I took with my phone while listening to Steve and DZ's song called Professional. So I used $5 for that. I just wanted to see. What would come of it, and then I used the other $5 to promote my show for that Saturday. Just wanted to see.
Credit for though?
I don't know. They just gave me $10.
Yeah, I say it's a coupon. You got it.
Yeah, they just gave
promote.
Yeah, but I see how easy it was, and that take a lot to do.
No. And I've done it. I've used my own money before to promote things. You know what I mean? So it looks good. It looks good when I look on Instagram and it says, it's my name, it's Baltimore Paparazzi. It says sponsored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I be seeing like Drag promoting his album right now. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah,
right. Drag stuff pop up.
Right. With the learn more. And
right.
Yeah. You know. So.
It's come out September 22nd.
Yeah.
You know, right. So like I said, I've known you guys for so long, and I've watched you grow, and I've watched, like I said, I've never been disappointed in a song at all. You know, Dro has. One time, Dro sent me like 5 tracks, and they weren't even. I think they were just like, some of them were just like rough drafts. They weren't like you've changed them. Fuck Sleep was one of them, and Ice Cream.
You got some gems. You definitely got.
You know what I mean?
You had the version that I was on.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm definitely not on Fuck Sleep anymore. I actually had to listen to that. What it sounded like.
So you know, like I still get people who send me music, and like my friend sent me a song that he had done for his album, and I listened to it, and my daughter, because my thing is, I don't want to feel like I'm biased, so I have my daughter listen to it and get what she, you know what I mean, so. And, you know, I get people all the time, Lisa, I want you to listen to this because I value your opinion. Yeah. What? Okay. No, because I give them, because even Steve did that. Steve sent me a track that he just did, and he said, what do you think of it? And I was like, I really like this song. And I like how, like, his voice is different. Like, you hear, he uses auto-tune now all the time, which is cool. You know, it's cool for him. It works for him. But in this one part of the hook, he kind of does this low voice or whatever, and then he goes into the hook, and I'm like, I like how you do that. You know, I like how that works. He said they accidentally played this song. I guess it was on the flash drive for his show or whatever, and they accidentally played the song, and people just loved it.
Those moments like that.
It happens like that sometimes.
You know what I mean? And it's like I've watched you. Like I said, I've watched you guys. Like I feel like I've watched you guys grow. I'm always. I feel like I'm always everybody's mom. I'm Mama Lisa, so I get so proud of everybody when they're doing stuff. I get, I feel like that proud mama when stuff gets done. So, and I mean, like I said, I like the last moment, I was like, Dro, can you guys? I didn't even know you guys were going to be on the other show. Had no clue.
Yeah. That kind of just happened too.
Yeah.
I had.
Well, we on in the spotlight right now, and that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's all my life, All My Life, yo. You got a video for All My Life.
All My Life. Check out that Jace Kevin on All My Life on TAGMG.
He almost bumped on some girl.
Shout out to B.O.M.B. Bridge.
Shout out to B.O.M.B, man.
He crossed on some girl in the video. He broke
I have to go in there so I can take it and are they YouTube videos? Are they on?
Yeah.
I get them so I can share them on the Baltimore Paparazzi page. Because that's usually what I do is I take stuff and I'll share it on the Baltimore Paparazzi.
Or you can
page.
just go to TAGMGforlife.com.
That's what I'm saying. That I can share them from there.
You can go to the Baltimore Paparazzi page and check this out.
Right.
We'll be there.
Right.
Go hand in hand, baby.
Boom. Yep.
TLC. Coming soon.
Shout out to those that take time and spend.
Oh yeah, Poe very discreet with his album.
Because he working.
He got an album. He don't like to talk about
Yeah,
it.
you know what's okay.
Oh, here you go. Gotta
It's
start
funny.
here.
This is really true though. Like, okay. Oh my
Okay.
God. I hope it didn't crack.
That's because he's talking.
But
You need a case.
yeah, Baltimore Love Chronic, TBLC. You know what's funny? Like that TBLC I've been talking about since about 2012, 2013. And the way I kind of moved through the city, like I'll have an impact even if I don't put music out, but this is the first time in my life since I started around like 12 or 13 that I paused for this long. And I was getting just a different perspective on things because I had a son and different things, and so I had to see stuff I hadn't saw before. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So coming back, like I'm not even gonna get into this because this is how the album happened. Like just coming back with all my brothers and us getting in all of that.
Right.
It was just like I had to get back into a groove. So now I'm back into my groove, right?
Right.
And all my brothers are like on steroids. And they're like, I'm real shit. Everybody's like, what you hear everybody on the radio doing now, they're having fun because they finally learn how to pick a flow. They don't know how to write all the way, but they pick a flow and they ride it.
Right.
And they hope that record works. Not us. We got more aim when we write.
Right.
So it's just like, we know we beast. Like, we know we beast in the studio, and it's just like, okay. So now I'm looking like, I got to bring, everything's coming out. Billions. You got our album, The Flood, get it, TAGMGforlife.com.
Ooh,
you got, you got Billions coming. You got Trap Baby Jesus coming. You got the Baltimore Love Chronic, and then and then the worrying comes later. Look, we can slam dunk that right there.
Right.
That's a good one.
So this is a real story. This is about like a week ago. Dro was hitting me. We had this group text, and he's looking like, yo, where's the record, right? And I'm like, yo, I got the record. But like, listen, this is the only time in my life I've ever done this. So like, I always move quiet when I work, and then I just surprise everybody with like finished songs. And
Right.
So I really won't send nothing to my brothers if it still need to be mixed. Like I'm that one. I'm the one that will not send it.
Right.
So I'm like, this nigga just keeps. I'm like, I know it's like 4 of them down there. I seen the text. Jay said he was coming down. I know street right there. You working? I know street right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me send this fucking record.
You know I played it.
Yeah, I know he played it. And it wasn't even I sent it, but it wasn't finished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is
fire.
God damn.
You got like 3 or 4 on right now.
You played it like 4 times. Back to back.
And Zay got 2 albums or 3 albums.
Exactly.
I work this shit. Like, no, this TAGMG clock keeps spinning.
Yeah.
And, yo, when we got back together, like a lot of us were working on solo projects
Right.
prior to us.
That's why I said it was stuff still going on.
Yeah, but after we did these records, you heard the changes in how everybody else records afterward.
Yeah.
Right.
You learned new things.
It was like different
new
energy.
different voices.
Right.
You try new techniques. Now when dudes record now after this, the song sounds so much better and bigger. I'm glad we kind of like falling back and wait until after we establish this, because the music you hear solo wise after us.
Right.
So for all everybody that's asking why
Shout out.
Trap Jesus hold up. I'm trying to ask me, yeah, I see your group out my where Trap Jesus at. This is why, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You keep pushing his shit back.
Yeah. Keep working, man. It's Don't Worry Now the Flood. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Billions.
All
we
these
got The
albums
Worry
related
Comes
too.
Later.
Everything
I just want to say shout out to Ace, because
Yeah.
Ace, man.
Ace is up.
Ace he gonna coming through.
I just saw something. Christian Tyler saying something about Ace just now.
Yeah,
just now.
Shout out to Ace, because y'all don't really know what that man could do. I'm telling you. And all right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Ace told me a verse too. I'm still waiting on that.
Shout out to Ace, man. TAGMG for life.
Man.
Oh, Ice Cubs. Drag mixes on ice cream. He has his own ice cream.
Oh my God.
Hey, drag is just
You want it all.
You want the bag. Damn, you want us to come.
You got a budget and bring the bag.
You got a price and live your life.
You know what I mean?
We just need that $1 million building. Just walk in.
Right.
We do all
everything in that building.
When it's all said and done, you will see us with this big corporate building. It's gonna be a floor with where they do the publishing for books and graphic design. That'll be his floor. They all do that. Joe had the whole graphic division, graphic design division.
The guys.
I might have the production teams, and then we had the TV shows coming. I'm telling you, there's really stuff in the works. You got Poe with his art side, and we know Drag does like 12 different things. Jason's like one of the best hoopers I know. I mean, it just is what it is. So you might have Jason with his own basketball.
Oh, makes sense.
We got hands in everything, man. We want it all, but in the most respectful way, so we can bring all these different families together, and we can have a bunch of different companies. When have you ever seen something like that? A bunch of dudes from different places coming together to build like that. I haven't seen it.
Wu-Tang.
Spice, baby.
and if we stop making music today, because you know some of us might be like, all right, I might be wanting to do something else. If any of us stop today, I guarantee TAGMG still be at the same face because the brothers fuck that music shit. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Take it away, fuck the money. We got money, lost money together and everything. Out there. I'd rather just hang out.
I don't know where.
Light bulb.
Yo, Street, you just said something that made me jump. You were talking about, you said instant gratification, right? This is the difference between us and everybody else. This is how instant gratification can eat you like a lot. When you're focused on the wrong things, if you want instant gratification for something that you understand the dynamic on, your instant gratification comes from the process.
Right.
Like, if you want people to embrace you, you got to be doing something for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to get the love, you got to give the love. And if you're getting caught in between just wanting it, that instant gratification ain't never going to happen.
Right.
We ain't never worked. Right. We love what we doing. As soon as we start doing what we doing, we reach instant
y'all right, but as
gratification.
soon as we put out, y'all like, right. Fine. Y'all like, yeah, because we are.
We fun as hell, That's how we do it.
I love that for my brother. That shit fun as hell, man.
That's why I said. Like I just had this conversation with the with a photographer on Sunday, and I told him that my thing is I don't like photo shoots. I really don't. I don't like that stage stuff. I like the stage. I like capturing those moments, capturing the passion. When you got the microphone, and I like capturing those moments. And he was like, and he was like, he hates those moments. He hates those candid shots. He does weddings and stuff like that. I don't like all that stuff. You know what I mean? There's only so many damn poses you can do.
That's the Baltimore thing too. I feel like nobody in Baltimore seriously wants to pose for their pictures.
I prayed hand pictures to death. I can't do it.
Yes, I've got you a few times. One of my favorite pictures of you is you, me, and only.
Oh yeah. That was my birthday.
I don't even remember. I just remember it was like it's one of my favorite pictures. But I love those, like you were saying, like if you love what you do, and I love what I do. Sometimes I get very discouraged. I get tired of it. Like
you keep doing it. Yeah, no choice. You love doing it.
Yeah, I just like I've gotten to the point to where I only go to certain events now. I only go to certain events because I just.
I'm gonna make memes.
I got one right now to save it. I'm just waiting another week.
But it is all about what you love, and like I said, life happens. Like you said, you had a child. I know Street and Dro had a child. Zay, do you have any kids?
Working on one.
Okay.
We doing everything over here.
Right. But that's a life changer. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, when you got family that doesn't like either they support you or they don't support you, you got to deal with both of those. So I know what it's like.
Can I go in one more time? You said that. I'm gonna share all this. Great, you don't understand. Look, I got people out there that say they want to do something. Like, yo, I want to start this business and I want to do this, but I don't be having the time. I don't see how I can do that. I ain't trying to do that shit. Right. I get up, I promise you this, I'm going to say this on there. I work like 16 hours. I work for Steve's company and I work like 16, 17 hours.
He's not.
And I come home and I stay up till like 4 in the morning. There's no excuse. Because you crying about how this is not growing, how your company's not working or nothing like that. Why the fuck are you watching Love and Hip Hop? Why you spend an hour watching that? When you ask them to working on something else that you need to be doing.
Right.
Stop doing the dumb stuff that's not helping you get where you need to be. I'd rather work. What I always say, yo, if I'm not doing nothing, I'm going to do something.
Right.
If I can sit here and talk to you and chill, I can also be on my keyboard while I'm talking to you.
Being lazy is doing something, so you wasting your time.
Yeah, you know, doing something, check yourself on that. It's not going to go there unless you put in that effort. A lot of people always crying about the things they do, but look how you move.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people, like, they don't. The plug right there.
Yeah, see? No, I mean that. Like, oh, I work. I'm not going to let nobody outwork me. I'm always up working. Like, I don't care what kind of day I'm having. Something needs to get done, whether it be me and Dro working on new designs and new crops. When we talk about new projects we need to work on and focus on, something needs to be done because that's all we going to do.
See, and that's like I've always said about groups where I've watched groups be like they'll be on this high, you know, everything's growing, everything's, you know, music's good, you know, fans, they doing shows, they doing this, doing that, and then when it comes time to work to do something, then if there's like 4 of them, you got maybe 2 of them who's working, and the other 2's like, man, I can't right now, or you know, they just not doing anything, and then you know everybody.
You got the checks and balances of things too.
Right. Right.
A lot of people don't have it. You got like a lot of yes men that just to say something, just to be saying it. They, oh, my man about to blow up. They ain't looking at it like, yo, I got to keep my man on his toes so that he can blow up, or if he is blowing up, to sustain that. A lot of people don't look at it from that aspect.
And like I said, there's a lot, you know, a lot of people, like I have 2 children, 2 grown children in my household. I have 2 grandbabies in my household, and on October the 24th, I'm going to have another grandbaby in my household. So I always, please. Well, she was like a complete and utter shock because she's a birth control baby.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That implant works, but only for so long.
Because the other implant, never mind.
I was gonna say that.
But there's always something. Like I had somebody say, you know, they want to. Like, I had a friend of mine. It was like, oh, I want you to come over and this. That. I'd be like, oh yeah, because I don't do anything. Well, then all of a sudden, I've got to do this. I got to run here. I got to take this one here. I got doctor's appointments.
But what are you doing that grows your company? What hour are you taking out of your day to do something that builds up? That's the question you need to ask themselves. Yeah. Jason, you love to play basketball. I mean, dude, you play every day, right? Yes. And you also record and mix and all
right.
I did. Do what you love. And find a way to make money from it. I know people might be like, yo, street preaching and all that, and I'm here to help, bro. I promise you. I want everybody to get money. I want to keep all this to ourselves.
Right.
Too much.
Right.
And that's like, you know, I do this radio show. I really, like, in my mind, for all the people that want to be interviewed, I would really need to do my show at least 5 days a week. Because there's too many people. And this show is, and see, I only book one artist. Do you know why? Because giving you an hour is not enough. You know what I mean? I know some shows, they book 3 and 4 artists and give them like 15 minutes or half an hour, and I'm just like, really it's not even half an hour if you play a couple of their tracks.
They just worry about the traffic.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Me, I want to be able to give you time to talk about your music, talk about what you're doing, talk about this, that, and the third, get people to know who you are. That's my purpose of why I'm doing this. Because I also like to give people history. People don't know that you guys have been doing shows and you've been doing music for all these years. Yeah. You know, some of them just, they coming in the music scene and they just seeing you now.
Yeah. Some young OGs, like some of us are young OGs, like nobody's old enough.
Right. So that's, like I said, this is what something that I like to do. Would I like to get paid for it? Hell yeah, I'd love to get paid for it. You know what I mean? Like we're trying, like sponsors and commercials and stuff. Like we're all working all this stuff.
Me and Joe coming out with a consulting firm too. We also, that's another business we're gonna start doing.
And you know, and that's what somebody told me that I need to do, because I just be giving out information and plugs.
Then another game.
You are Kentucky. Yeah. You can't say something.
I did. You got a garden in the backyard. You grow flowers for a hobby. Why don't you sell flowers?
And I just did it today, not thinking, because one of the guys hit me up and he asked me about if I knew any rock bands, and I was like, first thought was like, just because I'm white, I know rock bands, but no. I was like, no, but I told him somebody else who deals with bands. So I said, well, I'm gonna hit him up. No. I hit him up and I was like, yo, so-and-so needs a rock band for this event that he's doing, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, give him my phone number. So me directing traffic, I went back and I'm always directing traffic. Like when people say, oh, graphic designs, you and Spence are usually the first two and the only names, because I know Scar probably is just too damn busy anyway.
Shout out to my man Chrizzo though.
Oh yeah,
Chrizzo
Steve.
Definitely be,
yeah, but you and Spence usually are the first two names that pop up. You know what I mean, when it comes to graphic designs.
Right.
You know, so like you see, like I know you see me tag you and shit. Right.
Transactions. Cover your mic.
Right. They be
don't you talk.
Yeah.
He's street funny.
He's trying to pocket some shit on me.
No.
Right? We can get a whole conversation.
I know. But, you know, I'm always giving out that information because I've always been the director of traffic.
Yeah.
It's always been, you know, Lisa, do you know anybody who does this? Do you know anybody who does that? And I had somebody tell me, you need to be a consultant, you know, have your own consultant.
Set up a meeting. We can talk about how I can get you these things.
Because, because, you know, I'm sorry to say Baltimore hip hop just does not pay me to do my job.
Baltimore hip hop don't pay
anybody.
The strippers pay me. I get paid to do.
Shout out to the dope boys. Shout out to
the strippers. I get paid to do my stripper shows. You know, so.
When you do these?
Huh?
When you do those?
There's one coming up in November for Caramel's birthday party.
Oh, I damn fly. Shout out to
Caramel.
The fucking plug.
I told you, she's my
She supposed to been at the joint when I went to go see the Double Dose twins. She ain't pull up though.
Oh yeah, shout out to Omar, D-Song Entertainment. Yo, them boys up there. Boom. So shout out to my
What, Double Dose twins? Hell yeah, nigga. Shout out to the Double Dose twins.
Look, Caramel shared the flyer, right? So I hit him. I was like, I'm sure you already know, but just in case. He was like, I'm already on it.
Hey, I'm in the DMs with him.
Right.
No, shout out to the Double Dose twins. No, seriously. People be saying like you a stalker, you a stan, or you whatever, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just a day one fan of some published models. Like they ain't no strippers, they ain't no twerkers, and none of that. And
I love the fact, like the first time that they responded back or they liked something or whatever. Yeah. Like I just love that they did that because you have been sharing their pictures for so long. Right. And I was just. And I was like,
but no, they show me love too.
That's how I felt when Gary Owens come on my post and commented on my post.
Hey.
I love Gary Owen. I think he's hilarious.
Rudy Gay, liking his stuff.
Shout out to Angela Yee.
Shout out for his birthday every year.
Rodcast's daughter too. Yep. Yep.
Shout out to Just Blaze.
Oh yeah, Just Blaze, James Bonneroy.
So it's some industry people watching TAGMG.
Right.
Oh, we watch. Yeah.
I was told from a friend of mine. She was doing a radio show too, and she had some big people, you know, watching her show and watching her Instagram and everything else. And because they were on her Instagram, that's how they found out about her show she was doing.
Right.
So they watched Hardbody's shows. They looked at all the Hardbody shows and told her that me and her were the best shows on Hardbody Radio, according to them. And one of the guys has something to do with Empire.
See?
You never know who's watching.
So, working. never know who's really sitting there watching.
So that's why I started my Baltimore Paparazzi IG page.
Got them 288 views.
All that song.
But that's why I started my Baltimore Paparazzi IG page because my
Should have been did that. Lisa.
my other page. Well, I just didn't.
I got 8 IG pages.
I believe it. How many Facebook pages did you have?
I had probably about 8, and now I only got probably 5. Yeah.
One of them for the catfish.
I got one for catfishing.
Some
Not really catfishing,
and stuff like that.
but
Hi, I'm Neve. Are you drunk?
but I know I should have been done that. But I just at the time it was too much of a hassle. Now it's easy. You can just switch. You can just go and click and you just switch.
Before you had to
sign out and sign back in and all that shit. But plus my regular page is it's not children friendly.
Yeah, so you want to separate that.
Right.
You go on my Design by the Guy page, there's no pictures of me. The guy could be Chinese, he could be white, he could be black, he could be a midget. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody knows. They just know he should do some dope ass graphics.
Yeah,
He be a girl.
Right. And
It's a firm.
Keep names separate.
It's a AISSA. It's a firm.
Hey.
Designed by the guy.
there you go.
TAGMGforlife.com. Don't worry now.
The flood.
Flood.
Only
14
$5.99.
tracks.
New video out, whole lot of
New
games.
video out.
Shit.
New video coming soon.
Drag coming out September 22nd.
Billions. You know
That
that's
is
money.
2 out right now.
That
And
is.
you know that.
Yeah.
Y'all
Check
just
out
got
that Just Checking on my
too
last
much.
video. What's Side Drip
Well,
Warm up 28. We working, man.
I think I have one of his CDs from way
Dre
Dre Babes.
Is it getting to Dre Babes?
1 and 2.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a gray. I think it's a gray cover.
Oh, that's a prequel. It's great. You got a picture of him on it?
I don't remember. It's in my crate
No,
with all
no,
my.
getting Dre Babes. Yeah, see this.
He gonna make me go through my crate.
Probably did on Dre.
You know how DJs say they gotta go through the crates? Well, I got a crate
I
that's
got 2 of them.
I got a crate. I got a crate that's got all local music in
You
there.
can just leave the word and come
That's how I always tell Hugger, man. When he was first family, I got all that shit.
I got Chop. That's my favorite song. Chop. Yeah, I got that. I played it when he was supposed to be on my show at the other building. And he was
I don't play no throwback TAGMG music ever.
you got too much.
You got it. That's for your personal. Yeah.
Something you gotta take to the grave.
No, just because we come to the show, don't play all that
Look,
stuff.
I mean, look, I play it, and y'all be like, who's that? That's y'all. No, it's not.
Nah.
It's gonna be hard to find OJ songs.
If you dig deep enough, you'll find stuff from a lot of us
Not me.
on the internet.
Not me.
But
I mean,
it's OJ stuff on there too.
What? You hot, yo. The way that's the way I first started.
I know.
So that's it.
It's old.
But no, I'm comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with stuff before that.
I know. You know what I'm saying? We all.
He's like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with
What's
it.
before that? You don't know.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, you gonna watch it.
All right, that's cool. They features, but that's
you know the
it.
best of Jojo?
No, that's
Oh, damn.
Hey, Joe's the only person I know that had a best stuff
With no solo.
with no projects, no solo projects. But he pushing that best stuff, Joe.
33 songs.
33 songs on that
My man
joint.
sold units of the best of.
The best, and people was bumping that joint.
He was buying it.
That's my money's personality.
Like, damn, I had a best
Basketball got a single on Spotify called Petals.
Paddles.
Check that out. Just type in TAGMG on Spotify, and then if you know our individual names, type that up too.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Oh, and classic love.
I got a question for the people that's watching.
Tell.
I got a real serious question for the people that's watching, if they watching. Who is frying chicken? I'm hungry as shit.
Oh.
Hey, chicken.
Who got
Yo,
that
he
burger?
always talking about who frying some damn chicken. You
Hey
need-
man,
you
I
better
can't
get
be a
in.
vegan yet. I want to do it so bad, but I can't do it yet.
I'm sorry. Everybody's like, oh, you need to watch this Netflix. No, I don't.
Oh, what the hell?
Yes, no, I don't.
No,
And I still watch it, and I
You
still
make the
eat.
decision for yourself, not
Yeah.
for what everybody else.
I don't. I eat red. Only time I eat red meat is when my body craves it. Just like chocolate, I only eat chocolate when my body craves it, which is not. Don't. You know, just like I don't put salt on my food, and then like when my body will let me know when I need my sodium. You know.
That's like bacon. I don't really eat.
I love bacon.
Bacon.
Right.
We're not doing this right now. We're not talking about bacon like that.
But I eat most thing I eat is like chicken. I eat chicken most of the time. I don't eat very much red meat. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
Hey, we about to hit 300 views. Oh, good.
I'm not going to share. I'm not going to change how I eat because I see some video on TV, you know, or watching some documentary or whatever. I'm sorry, I eat scrapple. I know what the hell scrapple is. I can't think about what scrapple is, but I eat scrapple.
Oh my God.
But I don't knock what anybody else is. I don't knock what anybody else. You know, I don't knock what anybody else does. You know what I mean? Like, you watching a delay. You watching a delay. Yeah. So I can't watch. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. Like, if you want to be vegan, go ahead, be vegan. That's just.
I love chicken and I love bacon. I give up everything else.
Now, don't get me wrong. My brother Bay.
I'm not giving up seafood, man.
My brother Bay. He made for 2 years. He made my birthday food for me. He worked right down the street at the grind. What is it? The grind. The juice bar that's down here. Grindhouse, I think it is. Yeah, see, y'all need to, yeah. But
hey, shout out to Warren Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them juices.
But he made me this wrap and had peanut butter and apples and fruits and everything else. And I was like, how is this going to taste? It was wonderful.
You said peanut butter was in it?
Yes.
It was a wrap?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a vegan. It was a vegan wrap. It was a vegan wrap.
Okay.
Hey, I had a veggie sandwich like a week ago, and it tastes like it trick your mind. And make you think you got meat on it.
And my next birthday, the next year, he made me breakfast, vegan breakfast. You cannot tell me that was not sausage. It tasted just like sausage, eggs, but it was vegan. It's wonderful. You know, like. You don't you're eating it and you're not, you know, it's got the flavor and everything. It's the way he cooks it and, you know, cooks things. But he's like, but I can't. No, I'm sorry. I just can't go vegan. I can't go.
I changed the way I eat like 2 years ago. I stopped eating beef and pork and all that. My water diet is A1, as you can see. Just take care. Like take care of myself. Make sure it's right.
Red meat is the harshest thing that you can put into your body.
It gives me so much energy. I feel
just like
so much.
When I was little, you know, when you're little, you're drinking milk all the time. Milk. I stopped drinking milk. I can't drink. If I drink milk, oh Lord.
You got it on Sunday, and I got to drink it early in the morning on Sunday.
I gotta know I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Yeah. So that's why almond milk. I love almond milk.
It's good to take care of yourself.
Shit, it's been almond milk since like $5 for a half gallon.
I'm gonna tell you, Prophet. We were doing a video shoot for B.O.M.B. We were doing a video shoot for B.O.M.B. one day. He was like, "Yo, Lisa, try this." He did this smoothie, and I was like, "Yo, all right." So he was like, gave me a little bit of it. I drank it. Oh my God, what? Like, it was so good. I was like, "What's in it?" Almond milk. No, it was almond. No, it was almond milk. It was Greek non-fat yogurt and frozen
That's the
fruit.
thick yogurt, right?
Yeah, okay. and frozen fruit. Sorry. But it was frozen fruit, and he blended it all together, and it was so wonderful. So I started making it, and my kids fucked it up. Like they were like, "Mom, when you gonna get the stuff to make the smoothies again? When you gonna make the stuff to make the smoothies again?" Like, they just loved it. And my daughter drank some before she did the ultrasound with my grandson, and he would not move for shit. Like, he was just how you doing? He was just. Wait, you got these one of these joints? No, I know.
It said Bub Shot. You know what? No, you know. Never knew that. The angle track baby Jesus dump on the
Right.
Yeah, we need a GoPro on a basketball. Him doing something while he's
somebody
throwing up. He just might go in, almost grabbing it. Oh,
He grabbed the album out.
Look. He coming up with the next video. Next video.
Stay phone.
Next video. I can't believe my phone and all stayed up and my feed stayed up.
They like this.
Yes, really, yeah. Because last week it was a problem.
What you want, yo? What you
Right. What's going on over here?
Last week was a problem.
Oh, hey.
My head down and everything.
We started over.
He doing a cabbage patch.
Take it back, you know what I'm saying?
Whoop, whoop. Whole lot of gang shit.
TAGMG for life.com.
Break it down.
Hey.
Don't stop taking the album. Go ahead.
Yo.
TAGMG for life.com.
Boom. And
The flood.
I was waiting
Don't
for.
worry.
I was waiting to see if
$5.99.
Cabo was coming in, but I don't know if he's coming in or not. I haven't seen him. That's the guy who comes on after me.
Oh. So he's not showing up?
I have no idea. His show is actually from 10 to 12, but since the show behind me, like in between us, hasn't been, I don't know what's going on.
That's
I don't know if she's got, she's working or whatever. But he's been coming in early and doing his show.
That's for sure. I like this YouTube live shit though.
Hey, I was thinking, just you missing like a green one or a pink, a yellow one. You had like a Power Ranger mics and shit. Try a white one, try a black one.
Usually.
This would be yellow or something.
Usually I have the black and the gold one because when he first got these mics, he wanted me to. He said, "Lisa, you use the pink one." I was like, "I'm not using no damn pink mic. You might as well hang that shit up. If it is the black mic or red mic." I'm sorry, I don't like pink. I don't like pink though. I don't like pink.
You don't like pink?
I used to love it.
Don't worry, now shows have a hint of pink in them. So
It's like a magenta.
I got pink stuff, but I don't. It's just I'm not girly like that. I'm not frou-frou. I'm just not frou-frou.
Don't worry, I'm not either.
Don't worry now.
Right, the flood.
TAGMG for life.com.
It's only
Training. We had
14 tracks.
We teach ourselves to be show.
check ourselves.
Yeah, we self-check ourselves.
You don't get caught up in no fuck shit and get interviewed. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be on point.
People gonna try to throw you a curveball, so we got an answer for it. TAGMG4life.com, the number 4.
Yeah. Wait till you get into those interviews where they want to know all the dirty details and all that.
Good luck. It's gonna be a hard time.
I'm gonna look at you dead in your face with the most serious look I can give you.
That's like I've said it for years that I know, like somebody was like, Lisa, you know the dirt on about everybody in this thing. I was like,
Oh
well, you should.
all this time.
Yeah.
We lit. Oh, wait, my friends just said.
But he's so crazy.
Yo. All this time. Yo, shout out to 3D.
Yo, I'm live off the whole time this was it. Oh, yeah. Ain't it drum?
My phone having this
Right.
shit.
But they were like, I know so much stuff on people. I don't ask nothing about anybody's personal life. A lot of times people just come and tell me stuff. I don't know. I don't know why. And then most time it just goes in my brain. Like, especially when they say, don't tell anybody. And I'm like, 5 minutes from now, I'm not going to remember shit you just said.
You can't trust that person.
Right. No, believe me. I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Now I can't trust you. You're out.
Right. I'd be like, if you telling me this about that person, so they were saying like, all this, all this, you should do that. No, I'm not doing no show like this.
Baltimore, you really want to play that game?
No. I used to be Tough Tony too, but I backed it up. But I be quick on Facebook. I put my address out. You come to my house then if you got something to say, you know. But
that's why the girls be saying dudes be ugly. They be all trying to be all tough. Y'all ugly. You don't stop trying to be all tough. Ladies are awesome. Yo, parties are cool. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just relax.
Raise your kids. Go do something dope. Make them some cereal first.
Relax your mind. Let your conscience free. You now rolling with a game called TAGMG.
Bars, TAGMG.com.
Roll the bars out.
But
pay attention to what he said.
You know, and that's like I said about this is not, you know, I stopped calling these an interview a long time ago because it got to the point to where it was just conversation. Yeah, we gonna sit and talk about what you got going on.
Asking questions.
What's the latest jams?
We like talking to you. We like talking to you. Everybody else is nosy. They nosy.
You know, I don't need to be nosy. That's my thing. I don't need to be
nosy. You anyway for free.
You
Right.
in the mix of it. So like, yeah, you can't. You part of the story.
And it's like, because we not out there like that, like, you know.
Right.
So people, when we get to them people, they're gonna want. They're like, y'all too quiet. I know y'all got some dirt, so they're gonna try their hardest.
No, just keep our name silent. You know what I'm saying? When they say about a lot of people, I haven't heard about.
I was kind of mad at the last interview she had supposed to be certified. You know what I'm saying? We West Side certified.
Just because we don't put on that street shit. Yeah, we don't put on that street shit.
What does that mean?
What it means? I'll ask them. I just know we certified.
We stand.
Trust, we good. Trust.
In every location. We
Shout out to all
not
the chill street niggas that don't even try to advertise all that shit in everybody's face because they know about that.
For what reason?
They gonna try to
Why you making yourself out?
Right. That's my
you know,
that's why I said I don't ask questions like, you know, I'm confused at that. But
be yourself.
That was early.
Be yourself. Stop
trying to come out. That's how that's literally when we were first out, like around. Man, I don't even do years, but when we was out early, like that's the only way we could ever do. We went through every trap spot that you could go through and rip every single show set what we wanted. We was even with the DVDs that started to show the city. We're on those DVDs.
Oh yeah,
like we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like
all facts.
All facts.
But that street stack don't mean shit.
At the end of the day, what's that stand gonna do for you?
Nothing.
Who got a pension after they quit the drug game?
a whole lot of gang shit.
Who got that?
You see what it did to Carmelo Anthony when he was in that Stop Snitching? He got so much hate for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because he wanted to show that he was stamped.
My thing.
Shout out to Carmelo Anthony, though. That's my favorite basketball player.
But see, and that's why see, maybe that's the whiteness in me. I don't know.
I don't see that.
But you know,
my God,
but you know, maybe that's just like that's not something that I would ask because for one, maybe because I know y'all and I know that that's not what you represent.
Yeah, we don't represent.
You know what I mean?
Enough people doing that. Why would you try to be something different and promote something?
You know, that's like when it's cool to like you guys are at Fulton. We know this.
300.
You know what I mean?
1800, 300.
You know what I mean? I always like regardless. I'm not from Baltimore. When I came to Baltimore, where did I live? I lived on Poplar Grove for almost 7 years. I moved to the worst neighborhood in the city. After one of my friends who's a police officer said, please don't move there. He said, move down, because he patrolled down Edmondson Avenue, down in that way. And he was like, come move down to where I patrol. He was like,
but like,
move down.
Still a little dangerous there.
Yeah, but he was like, at least I'll be patrolling there, you know. So, but, you know.
No, I live in Frederick, okay? Shout out to Frederick. But I tell people I'm from Baltimore, and it's like they get this perception, like I'm a guy that's from the streets. I'm like I had this one girl told where I was working at that I'm like about that life. Like I carry guns and shit like that. Scale of a whole bunch of girls, you know what I'm saying? All your girls that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean,
how many people did you kill?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just love ladies, you know what I'm saying? So holla at me.
The neighborhood we from, they raise some cool. We move differently. It's about
it's not about that, man. We do things differently.
Well, see, it's like I try to see. It's like I try to tell my mother. Yeah, when I was on Papa Grove, there's a lot of stuff happened, but after I let the drug dealers know I wasn't scared of their asses and I wasn't for none of their bullshit, they became my family. They really did. They, to this day, they still my family. You know, what they do is what they do. I just didn't want them to do it on my property or be around my car because I didn't want my car and my house to be confiscated because of something they were doing.
So throw the whole house away. You know?
Right. So, you know, when I came in the scene and I, you know, they were like, where do you live at? Poplar Grove. What?
So when you coming over?
You know, I've had Hugger had been to my house on Poplar Grove. EC Frank Lewis, he'd been to my house. Draco had been to my house. B.O.M.B had been to my house, of course. You know, there was only a few people who they came over to my house most of the time, and everything had to do with music except for B.O.M.B because that's family. You know, he needed somewhere to, he was on that side of town, couldn't get over where he was living at, so he just spent the night or whatever. So, you know, like, but I never give that persona, like, I would never ask anybody about being certified. Okay. You in the music scene, what the fuck does being certified got to do with
at least you certified. You lived in PG.
Yeah,
for 7 years.
You certified on the first year.
You survived a whole year.
You know, I was, like I said, I tell everybody all the time, I was the only white face around there. I went up with the main guy. They were having a little block party out there. This is like, I've been there for about a year. They had a block party. I was on the phone with my husband who was down in Suitland at his aunt's house. I answered the door. He was like, what the fuck is all that noise? I said, they having a block party here. I told you that. They've been having this block party all day. So my neighbor, I was watching her kids that night. So her son came over, rang my doorbell, I opened the door up. So I'm on the phone. I'm waiting for him to bring his little brother over and, you know, everything. So I'm on the phone. Somebody told the guy I was on the phone with the police. You ain't got to call no motherfucking police. I said, bitch, ain't nobody calling no fucking police. Don't you cussing me? Bitch, you cussing me. They holding him back. I was like, let that motherfucker go. You act like I ain't never been hit before. I was like, let him go. So then his brother came up back. He was just drunk. I was like, why would I call the police? Y'all been out here all fucking day. My kid's been out here with y'all. I said, so why would I call the police?
You said wait until now.
So then
I waited like 5 people walking.
About a couple days later, I was outside. He walked up. He said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "It's a free country." So he was like, "You know, I want to apologize." I was like, "I appreciate that." So we were talking, whatever. He was like, "You know, I appreciate if before calling the police, you know, you talk to me about my guys if they cause me any problems, blah blah blah." I was like, "You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you this." I said, "But if it's not handled, then I'm gonna call the police." So we had a couple little hiccups, had to call the police a couple times.
So that guy called the police.
Yeah. But he told me, he was standing there, he said, "You're not like other white people." I said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Because you're not scared of us." I said, "What the fuck I got to be scared of y'all for? I lived in an all black town where it was just me and another white lady. What the fuck I got to be scared of y'all for?"
How the other white ladies doing?
No, she moved before I did. No, because the town that my children's father's from is an all black town.
She said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
No, because I got my voucher to move, and I moved right over here to Baltimore. Oh no, she ended up moving.
That's what I said. She said, "Fuck this." I'm out.
Y'all came in, so shit's been fun.
But you know, like that, like people tell me all the time, "Oh, you live on place? Yeah, you certified?" Yeah, I don't see the validation. Like you said, that doesn't mean nothing to me.
You know, I'm certified on like Billboard charts.
Like okay, what a lot of people don't realize. What a lot of people don't realize, talking about Billboard charts, is B.O.M.B was on Billboard charts back when he had the song Lean. You know what I mean? And that was with no radio play from 92Q. He was doing the FYI tours, FYE tours down in Atlanta, and then he did them up here. What was it? Mondawmin. He did Security, and somewhere else he did a few of them. But he did all those tours, and that's how he got his on the Billboard charts. You know what I mean? So like I tell people all the time. And then there's if you all ever get to go to New Orleans, please try to get a trip. Try to get a trip to New Orleans. Go to a place called Peaches Records. Peaches is the one who helped No Limit and Cash Money get their sound scans, and she's still helping artists today. She's still helping them today. We went down there when David Banner was down there. I didn't know David was going to be there. When we went down there in February, I got introduced to her, and Mia X was there, and that's where I met Dancing Dan and Nick from Instagram. They were there. So they were all there. And then we went down there again because we were going to go to Peaches, and that's when we found out that David Banner was going to be there. As soon as we walked in, she looked at me. She said, "I am so glad you came back." I was like, "Well, damn, lady."
I'm plugged. You know, like everybody.
So, but she's very instrumental in helping people, and she's like I said, she's still helping artists down there.
Thank you for that valuable information. That's the kind of information you like.
But I'm telling you, like if you get Peaches Records, look it up. I took pictures. But it's like you don't find many places. There's no I don't think that there's anybody here in Baltimore that does stuff like that. That
We don't be them people.
I try to be that person. I try to help, and like I said, I try to keep connections.
Miss Bridget actually helped me out. I mean, it filled in the blanks with stuff that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
And and I was mad about that because a lot of people didn't take advantage of her.
They didn't.
Like, you had to pay some money, but you were getting so much. You're getting so much information from her.
It was worth
investing in something.
Right.
It ain't free.
Right. Right. You're not paying for it.
How the fuck is what?
She give you a paperwork. She give you a textbook. I mean, like a loose leaf notebook of everything you need, contracts, everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff in there you might already know. I already knew, but it filled in the blanks and stuff that I didn't know.
Right. And that, like I said, that goes back to when I was saying about having your copyright in your ASCAP or BMIs, and like I was telling somebody, one of my daughter's friends, her boyfriend, he raps, he's down in South Carolina, and she was like, I want to try to help him. What do I need to do? I said, first of all, he needs to have a BMI or an ASCAP. He was just like, well, how do I do it? So I gave her the link to ASCAP. I said, start here, because it's not like, you can go and click on something and, it tells you everything. You have to really do some research on things. Because if you look at my search bar on my computer at home, I got something about copyright, trademarks. I got websites.
Tabs. Oh, don't get me started.
You know what I mean? Bookmarks for all kinds of different things dealing with the music scene. And like I said, I don't do music, but Bridget's the one who told me, Lisa, you need to get your publishing because of the things that I write. I've written like poems and stuff like that.
If you had to ask that to publish it, you get your just do for that.
See, and I never think about stuff like that. Yeah. But as an artist, you're supposed to already know. You're already supposed to be on that. But if nobody's ever clued you in on the
artists gotta stop. They gotta put more money into the business rather than putting all that money into making a whole album. Put a little bit of money into making a song. Put the rest of the money into the business. You know what I'm saying? They come back and do the album.
This is something that I've never asked anybody, but it's been coming at me a lot lately. When do y'all think that an artist needs a manager? When do they need one?
It's too much to manage.
First of all, they got managers.
Record interest.
Because I keep getting people wanting me to manage them. I keep getting people asking me, do you know any managers? Of course, the only one I know is Bridget. She's not taking any more people or anything that I know of. And she's the only one that I know that does. She's
First of all,
doing things.
let me say this. As a old manager myself. So look, first of all, like I said, as an artist, you gotta be able to manage yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on top of your time management and all of that stuff. You gotta be the manager can't really outwork the artist. The manager can't go harder than the artist. The manager can't want it more than the artist.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The manager is there to take care of those tail end things and really be the what do you call that? The liaison, or to really connect the the dots between the artist and then other executives or booking and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, the manager just take that weight off of the artist. But the artist has to come up with the work. You know what I'm saying? The artist has to have the drive and ambition. The artist really have to, you know, the manager, it ain't enough for the manager to really, you know, put
set up a meeting for you or something like that.
Yeah, you know. I mean, yeah, I mean that's stuff that the manager can do, but at the same time, like I don't know, the artist got to work just as hard as the manager.
Plus, educate yourself on what a manager really does.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't even know that. They think the manager, they want the manager to run the label.
Exactly.
To be the label guy.
Or like the manager, like they look at the manager like the water boy.
See, and I asked that question because, like I said, I've had a lot of people come to me because Hayes from Black Staff keeps telling me all the time I'm their manager. I'm not their manager.
You know who would be an awesome ass manager? And I say this for years. Billy Live. If Billy Live wanted to be a manager, I would have ran and let him be my manager.
Right.
Hands down, no question.
Right.
Because I see how he moves and he hustles and puts people in position. The manager should be willing to put you in position. I do all the work to put you in position.
Yeah. The manager talk that talk.
And that's why I had somebody hit me up about
Swin Brock.
About
Swin, best manager in the world. Shout out to Swin.
I had somebody ask me about being somebody's manager or that he needed a manager or something, and I was like, well, why does he think that he needs a manager? Right. You know, my thought. I need a manager. Like, I have a booking agent, and the only reason why I have a booking agent is because of what happened a few months ago. And she was like, "You're not doing any other thing and nothing else for free. Fuck that. You're not doing nothing else for free. If they want you at their event, they're gonna have to go through me." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So, but as far as a manager, the only reason why I think I would need a manager in my business is if I had too many, like Poet said, if I had too much going on and I needed somebody to keep track of my bookings, keep track of this, keep track of that, you know, somebody that, you know, okay, Lisa, well, we got, you know, you got a meeting with this person, you got to, you know.
But then the title changes. You got an assistant.
Right. You know, so that's why I look at a lot of local underground artists, and when they start talking about, you know, I see them on Facebook all the time talking about I need a manager. Why do you need a manager? Because I'm not seeing you being booked for a whole bunch of shows. I'm not seeing you being like you can't manage it yourself. What do you need a manager for? Because they don't know what a manager is. Put that phone up on the table.
Yo, listen, this is crazy. This was my entrance into what I was about to say. I think there's two big things, a difference between a manager and an artist. Managers are people. Mm-hmm. Artists are for the people.
Right.
Now, you can have both, but the manager has to be people. What they do is understand relationships.
Right.
They understand the dynamic of that artist because how they view things like that. You know what I mean? It's like they worldly view it. So if you can't do both, then you can't even look at what you can manage. Because that manager knows what you can and can't manage from the beginning. Are they willing to put that work in? That's different.
Right.
That's a fill it out kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But managers are people and artists are for the people.
Right. Because I like Dro was saying, you know, about, you know, doing the work. Like, if I'm an artist manager, then my thought is my primary duty is there's shows and stuff that, you know, paid shows. Because why am I gonna, you know, why am I gonna keep pushing you to do something, you know, that's not paid? Even if it's paid off of ticket sales, that's cool. You're getting paid, so that's a foot in the door, you know. So
the manager get paid when the artist get paid.
Right. So if the artist ain't getting paid, you know, and that's another thing that a lot of these artists don't understand. That you got to pay the manager. You know, I don't care if I'm your homegirl or not. I'm doing a job that you're supposed to.
Put everything on paper.
Right. Yes. So, you know, that's why I needed to ask that question to you guys, because you guys have been in this scene for a while, and you know everything. And like I needed to know, when do artists think that they need, you know, because me personally, a lot of these artists that are saying they need a manager, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
You remember how George Bush had everything like messed up in the office, and then when Obama came in, they was like, yo, he gonna spend like the next few years cleaning that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think a manager wants to sit there and just catch you while you're just kind of stumbling and try and help
catch you while you're lacking.
Right.
Yeah. yo, I ain't really doing nothing. I need a manager. You can stop.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say
stop putting
you got to manage yourself
person.
first.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to hustle for yourself.
You know, I mean, that's like, I'm not saying that Black stay because Hayes just says that because of stuff that I get them beats and stuff. Like he'll be like, "Can you get this beat for me? Can you do this? Can you know?" That's cool. That's because we're friends. We're friends. So I don't mind doing that. You know, I go to shows and, you know, stuff like that. But like my idea of, like I said, my idea of a manager is somebody that helps you
Generate income.
Yeah, and move to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've already gotten to through level 1. Now level 2 is being able to get on paid shows, maybe even get on a couple little tours that are, you know, that you're going to get paid some ticket sales or whatever, you know, to the next level to get you, you know.
Well, shit, that's a conversation me and Swin just had, because, you know, Swin Rock has been my manager. He actually takes care of a couple of
Right.
But, you know, when we did this TAGMG company, you would think naturally Swin would be right there. But I told him to fall back. Let us see what we can do on our own.
Right.
Build it all up. We just had a conversation because I'm at to a point now. We need the next step.
Right.
I didn't waste this time letting us like, I'm going to help you do the website. I don't need it for that. We can do it ourselves.
Right.
But now everything's clocking. We move it for itself. Now it's like, all right, now we need the next step. This is where I need your help.
Right.
Like,
because if somebody is a real manager, because I've seen these so-called managers out here and they really don't do, I don't know what they just got the manager behind their name that they put there. So, like, that part of the business, I don't know. You know, like I said, I've had a few people come to me and like, Lisa, I want you to be my manager. No. Why? I said, because motherfuckers don't listen.
Facts.
Motherfuckers don't listen.
I was managing and never advertised myself as a manager, ever.
Right. Right. I knew.
Some people knew. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
No.
But, you know, like, there's certain aspects of, you know, people don't understand. Like, when you go from, and I hate to use the word local. That's why I usually say local underground. Because it's underground.
Right.
You know, so when they go from that local underground part to getting your name out there a little bit more. You know, like you saying you get views from all over. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do. My thing has always been, this is what I used to tell artists all the time. You get a core base in your hometown. You're not going to get everybody to like you. You're not going to get everybody to be your fan. But you get that core fan base and you're cool.
As much as you can. That's the goal.
And then then you get out there because the people at home aren't going to love you until you make it. We all know this. They're not going to, when England starts giving you views and giving you, you know, money for your albums and, you know, everybody else in the world is doing, then, I mean, you can probably go and ask any of the industry artists and they'll tell you the same story.
You know, funny thing is, I think one of the most important things about remembering what fans are is like, what are we trying to accomplish? We're trying to accomplish being a part of the culture, right?
Right.
How are you a part of the culture? You're not a part of the culture just because somebody said they fuck with you. You're not a part of the culture just because somebody said they don't fuck with you. Both opinions need to be there and present. You need to be a part of the culture. So it doesn't matter that they don't mess with you. It's just in the beginning stages that can seem like something because you need majority rules and word of mouth to kind of kick it in. You feel me? But TAGMGforlife.com. Bang! There you go right there. But did the waves go up when I did that? But still though, like, I get excited about that. Like, I'm wired for everything that can make you sad to make you happy. Because the moment, as an artist, that moment happens where everybody can crumble or feel bad, it's my opportunity to express it to other people so I can really help, like, me times a million. You know what I'm saying? So as long as these people in the barbershops and different places saying, yo, TAGMG this, and somebody go, fuck no, you crazy. That's forever. Because like Kiss, like Jada Kiss, if you're gonna argue that he's top 5 forever, what are we talking about? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what we're trying to accomplish. It's not really, that's an outside perspective, not the artists.
And it's just like when I was talking to somebody and they had their video on and they had it posted and everything, and like they were looking at the comments. Worst thing, I can't do that because I see negative comments, I get pissed the hell off. But
I like them.
But you know what? They gave you that damn view.
They had to give it.
And then then somebody, they said this something, they said something negative. So somebody who's just reading the comments, they're gonna say, well, let me go and look at this video and see what's going on. So that's another view. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
Controversy sells.
We don't get that.
Don't it?
Controversy sells.
So I had to learn that for one, is that, that whole negative, because I was in a video years ago and somebody said something about she got her mother in the video. Bitch, I'm not that bitch's mother. What the hell you talking about?
That skin is important.
And I was like, I'm not even gonna say anything because somebody gave that view that video. So yeah, I had to learn.
People know about us, but they gave us that view though.
Some people are only comfortable interacting that way.
And some people are only comfortable being trolls anyway.
Hey, that's cool because like you just said, analytics. I watch numbers daily, and we can see who subscribe, who like this, where they from. I can see. Shout out to Wix because I got an app on my phone. I can see you live on my website and how much time you spending on the website.
Right.
So people be like, yeah, I was on your website. No, you wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't to me.
Right. Or like you get 12 views on a video on Instagram and you get 20 likes on it.
Yeah.
But you only got 12 views.
Yeah.
I'm bad about that because I'll be seeing shit. I'll be liking it.
Some of it's direct too. Some of these people are so nervous and nerve-wracking. You got to think, when you like something, that's a direct impact. You make a direct wave. They don't want you to know that you just liked it and they're going to go to your page. Some people want to just look at it and you got to go back to see if somebody viewed something. You feel me? So it's not, the impact isn't there. Whereas us as artists want to impact you right away. Some people nervous. They think about that like that. So.
That's like, I have a blog that I write every now and again where I've done reviews and stuff like that, or, talked about different, and to look at my numbers on there and to look at the countries that was looking at my blog.
Brazil and
Russia.
Russia.
Japan is always in there. All of them.
And then on this YouTube, on my YouTube, like I did the same thing where I can look and see, the same thing, how many minutes, were viewed and all like that in the different countries. If Russia looked at one of my videos for only a few minutes, thank you. I appreciate you because you took the time.
Turkey and
Australia,
I
had with Ghana on here one time.
That's what's up.
And a lot of
times, Track Rock Archives. That's how
RoyalRex.com.
Usually I'll post stuff up, and it's really not to say see what I'm doing. It's just I'm just an insignificant person, and this is what I'm doing. Can you imagine what you would be doing if you would push your music, if you would just push what you do? Because I have a problem with people who I used to go so hard for these artists, but they weren't going hard for themselves.
That's how I did.
And then I would be like, let me know. Are you this just a hobby? If it's just a hobby, let me know. It's cool. That way I know, I can push, I can share your music, but I'm not going to continuously share it. I'm not going to continuously share that one song. I'm not going to keep pushing because this is just a hobby for you.
Right.
So I can be, sharing somebody else's stuff who's really, really trying to get out there. Because I do have people, I have actually had friends out in Washington State, in Texas, I have all over the United States, everywhere, Florida, everywhere, because
Millie Ryan.
Because when me and my husband, when we met, he had a lot of friends that he knew online or whatever, and they became my friends. So every time I share something, there's a good possibility they're going to listen to it, or they're going to watch it, or they're going to, what I mean. So it's always genuine. But there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of artists.
So where's the bathroom? Because I genuinely have to.
Go straight.
Hey, we tapping out, Lisa.
Go straight through the other door and look straight. Go through the other door. Go through that door. Go that way, and it's right there.
TAGMG4life.com.
You'll see it. Yeah, I know, because it's already it's 9:13. It's 9:13. Y'all done made up for the 15 minutes that you.
We made up.
We made it, yeah.
TAGMG4life.com.
Hey, boys, say you about to spit some bars for me, bro.
What? I got something for
Shout
you.
out to Lisa.
Classic shit. Now playing.
Oh.
Yeah, we still on?
Oh, you want me
What's
to
who? You still on?
This is still on.
I know where I'm from. I know they respect it. I'm thinking all kinds of things, and as I hop out of the business, Juice, I feel like Omar when his mama was upset because the music was too loud, and I guess that I'm too deaf. You don't forgive an F. I'm passing to the left. Good night.
Give the website for the 900th million times.
TAGMG for life. Don't worry now.
Number 4.
The flood.
4. Don't worry now. Only
Thank you
5
guys.
now.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Next week I have on Facebook, his name is I think Kyle Moon, but I know him as the Mighty Eyes. He got like 15 different names. He with Frank Lewis. He done been on
Shout out to Frank Lewis.
all kinds of stuff.
You got our lights.
Shout out to everybody.
So I will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Rappers, don't be so tough. You don't have to be tough to be from the streets.
Have fun.
Right.
Gang shit.
You could just buy groceries and take care of your kids.
Facts.
So how you gonna be tough and come out here and eat M&M's?
You can't eat them. You're gonna crack your teeth.
I'll catch y'all next Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
I already know, bro.
Yeah, you set it up.
I can't even see. There it is.
Like, yo, you.
If I said, yo, Joe,
I would have had to rap.
Like Pastor Mike.
Look, you already know. Somebody wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You already.
That's what I'm talking about. Big follow on Facebook, right?
Oh man.
Lucci Major in the building.
Hey.
Nobody was to say it. Yeah, Lucci Major in the building. Lucci Major just dropped 2 bangers, one featuring 3D.
Show big love,